Welcome to this very, very, very special episode of the We Love Gymnastics slash Love Gymnastics slash Blunt Chat, whatever the fuck you want to call the podcast
We love
today.
humanities.
Perfect. And we got a very special episode because, every so often I feel like we need to do one of these things because things go on in the real world that ain't got nothing to do with gymnastics that we need to discuss. And this one is, I'm calling a community alert right now. Like, I think this is a very important conversation to have. That's why I've invited special guest Christopher Patterson, aka from the Men Like Us podcast. My friend to the show. He comes on a lot to talk about this because how can I frame this conversation the way I want to frame it? You all have to understand that there is going to be a war on trans people over the next 4 years. And this is now 100% the martyr behind the war against trans people, about behind the war against men who like trans people, around a lot of things. And I just feel like everybody is in such a celebration, which they should be, over this young man, Charlie Kirk, being cock by Tyler Robertson. Allegedly. Allegedly. And I feel like a lot of you all are missing the forest for the trees because you all just don't understand the ramifications, the repercussions this is. Like, and the reason why I wanted addicts to get on, because I know addicts like to research things on the dark web like I do. And, there is reason to believe that A, they weren't in a relationship in the first place. That's putting 20 on 10, as they say. B, she, and I'm using that very loosely, may have not identified as a transgender woman. And C, Tyler may have been struggling with some internalized demons and used all of this allegedly to mask some kind of secret gayness that he was using.
Okay,
Okay, and Chris
so
says he's hopping on now.
here's the thing.
And
Hi, Chelsea. I
it's
don't.
a lot. It's just a lot. And I just want people, I want my community to be prepared because it's going down for real. Whether he's actually trans attracted, whether the girl is actually a trans woman, whether any of this, the truth don't really matter.
Does
It's
not.
the perception. And the Republicans are going to use the perception to martyrize Charlie Kirk as some damn hero fighting these mentally ill trans people, and especially the men who like trans people. And that's what it's for to be. And I just want the people to have the information to be able to arm themselves in this war against trans people. And I don't think a lot of people really get it or
Did
even
not.
care to get it because of biases, or they just like fuck it. I'm just happy that somebody who hates me is no longer on this earth, right?
Mhm.
And you are allowed to have those sentiments,
You
but
are.
I'm just trying to get y'all to prepare for the war coming up because it's a war. It's going to be a war, like a lot. Ooh, it's a war. The Republicans are already are already
Don't worry about the one. That's me joining on to the studio thing.
okay.
Yeah.
And you all just need to really get prepared. Get prepared in ways that I don't think as a community we have ever had to get prepared for.
Right. Oh, sorry. We're gonna have to draw and explain things today.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start before we get. Well, let's wait for Chris. Should we wait for Chris?
He said he's getting on right now, so we
Okay.
can start. He'll get on in a second. And I figured out how to publicly share on Facebook. So like and share this all over the Facebook groups, in all your trans groups, all your trans attracted groups, because this is a very important conversation that I don't think
Mhm.
a lot of people are having.
So first and foremost, we have to we have to like make two things like make sense, right? So first off, this is for all intents and purposes. Where the fuck is my? This is not a battle of. Okay, is everything right? Do I have? Let me. I need a pen. Yes, that's too much. That's too big. Too big like that. Okay, cool. So first off, this is not a left versus right thing, right? This is not that. It's not that. This is a radical right versus even more
Radical right.
radical right. Okay.
Agreed.
So now that we have that figured, okay. So that now we have two parties here. Okay. We have the Nick Fuentes camp,
Hmm.
and everybody knows who Nick Fuentes is. He basically
They
is,
may not. You may want to explain that to the people.
so Nick Fuentes is this little gay boy, right? Because he's gay. There's proof of that. Who is an incel? I believe he's Mexican by descent, but he is white passing, so he acts like he's a white nationalist, and he's been able to break through and like kind of rally all these incels to become this army, essentially what they are now, this militia, if you will, of what they call themselves as groypers, okay, groypers. My
They call them what again?
groypers. Here, let me
Can you
type that
spell
out.
that
So
out? Because I think the people, this is a new
yes.
term that I just learned yesterday,
Hmm.
and even I'm slightly confused what this means.
Okay, groypers. Okay, put it right there. Groypers. So Nick Fuentes, right? Nick Fuentes is here. Okay, that's his group. Let me actually make this a bullet point. I need a bullet point. There you go. Bullet point. Okay, groypers. Right. So under Nick Fuentes, and we have a video about explaining what a groyper is. We'll get that into that in a second. So that you have Nick Fuentes, and then you have the Charlie Kirk. Um, what is it called? What do he have? What is the thing he has? He had because he's dead. What do you call it? The turning point. Okay, turning point. That's not the one I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay, turning point. White
And the turning point is where
nationalists.
they try to do, where they like convert.
They do a lot. They do a lot of stupid shit. So these are your two parties in here. Okay, you have Nick Fuentes and the Charlie Kirks. Okay, and the Groypers against the white nationalists, essentially, right? Now, so we understand what a groyper is, we have this beautiful video made by this amazing creator. If I can find the fucking window I'm looking for, here we go. And let me bring up, okay, this goes there, and here we go. And
If the shooter turns out to have a feminine boyfriend, that strengthens the Groyper speculations. They are obsessed with femboys. Oh man, the chronically online wokeness is paying off. There exists a subsection of incels who are so celibate and hateful and fearful of women that they groom other incels into feminizing themselves for the sake of the cause. They call themselves operators and cosplay as characters like Ghost from Call of Duty and other very, very militarized characters in gear just to take that gear off and then being all ooh or oh whoa, hey, look at that. To be more specific, because I know a lot of you are actually looking for information, they wear military cosplays, but underneath those cosplays are like lingerie and knee-high socks. There's even a subsection of femcel who does the same thing, and the groypers hate them. People are just now finding out that there exists a whole subsection of alt-right that genuinely views MAGA, the Make America Great Again movement, as liberal. And you're not even in the pipeline yet. You're looking at it from a way far away.
So that's an introduction to the Groyper like lore, right? Because it goes even deeper, and we can get into that in a second if you want to. But that
Yeah,
is
we got
very
to get into that because that's. Can we play that video again? Because that's just a lot. That's a lot.
If the shooter turns out to have a feminine boyfriend, that strengthens the Groyper speculations. They are obsessed with femboys. Oh man, the chronically online wokeness is paying off. There exists a subsection of incels who are so celibate and hateful and fearful of women that they groom other incels into feminizing themselves for the sake of the cause. They call themselves operators and cosplay as characters like Ghost from Call of Duty and other very, very militarized characters in gear just to take that gear off and then being all ooh or oh whoa, hey, look at that. To be more specific, because I know a lot of you are actually looking for information, they wear military cosplays, but underneath those cosplays are like lingerie and knee-high socks. There's even a subsection of femcel who does the same thing, and the groypers hate them. People are just now finding out that there exists a whole subsection of alt-right that genuinely views MAGA, the Make America Great Again movement, as liberal. And you're not even in the pipeline yet.
yeah. So okay, let's break it down.
So
Break
yes,
it down.
please, because that's so. Woo, that's so deep. So what we're saying is, what we're explaining to the people is, there is a subsection of the all of the super right wing, right, that views the MAGA movement as being liberal.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, they hate biological women so much. They are so celibate. They are so into themselves that they find other men and feminize those men and turn those men into the girls that they want.
We have to like break it down even more because okay.
Oh wow.
So it's not because okay. Here, let me try to break it down. So, God, you know what? Let me let him do that. So this is a deep dive. This is a deep dive into this.
It has to be. It has to be. And let me check on Chris.
Literally, the only MAGA switching up from needing payback to needing prayers in less than 24 hours once they found out that the shooter is suspected to be one of their own needs to be studied. They talk about how people on our end of the aisle are radical. Y'all aren't even ready for what was actually engraved on the shell casings.
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
That's what they assumed was trans rhetoric? The combo code inscribed on one of the shell casings is from the game Helldivers 2. This is not a liberal game. It is a lot like 40K, which has a lot of fascist players. Just like how one of the inscriptions is a furry slogan, there are a lot of fascist furries too. Literally games where you cosplay as universal colonizers. Some of the slogans from this game is for Super Earth. Freedom is what we do with what is done to us, and democracy prevails.
Oh my god, wait, pause.
More.
Oh my god, my mind is fucking on fire. Oh my god, 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 my mind is on fire.
Not only where all these kids find each other is in these playing these games that are very military forward, you know, very like white supremacy forward and all that, where you basically play as a soldier, whatever. All those games that like yeah. So they all through these games, these memes have arisen, and a lot of these memes have seeped into their groyper like little like incel culture, and those jokes that he quote unquote wrote on the bullet casing have now made it into the cultural zeitgeist, and people are like, "What do you mean?" And he's just explaining like these jokes that he put on there are from not only the furry community but also like the incel community and as well as like the gaming community. It's very, very deep internet, like all that. Now it gets better.
Okay.
MAGA switching up from needing payback to needing prayers in less than 24 hours once they found out that the shooter is suspected to be one of their own needs to be studied. They talk about how people on our end of the aisle are radicalized, when the same people literally declared war when they suspected that this was a transgender shooter. Even with this new suspect and the ATF walking back those claims, there are people still seeking retribution. The person in custody is a suspected groiper, or someone so far right on the political spectrum that they view people like Charlie Kirk as a plant, a stopgap to radicalizing more people. Literally so fascist that they make fun of other fascists for not being fascist enough. This person donated to a Make America Great Again Foundation, Super PAC. This person's father is a former police sergeant of like 20-something years. The entire family is Mormon. Every single one of them was a gun advocate. Just like how the person who tried it on Trump was a never Trumper. MAGA switching up from needing payback to
even more.
The shooter was so far right, he dressed as Pepe the Frog.
Wait,
the radicalization people are talking about is
okay. So groypers, they have adopted Pepe the Frog, a particular version of him, as their mascot, which is like he'll explain.
not towards the left. Remember, I made that video about Pepe the Frog and how white supremacists co-opted it to hide in plausible deniability and obscurity, saying, how could a frog, a meme of a frog, be racist? People came at me in those comments and said,
oh my God, Addis, hold on.
Literally, the only thing...
Yeah. No, the mic, move the mic down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get Christopher on. The link isn't working for him, so I'm trying to send him another link, and I'm trying to pay attention to this at the same time. There he go. The link just worked. Oh my God. The fuck are you? Pepe the Frog?
Pepe the Frog is their mascot, yes.
Can you let him on? I'm so sorry. My mind is just fucking blown right now. Like,
I'm breaking it down for her, Chris. I'm breaking it down for her. Yeah. Yeah, so you hopped on right on time.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, I'm so sorry that the link didn't work the first time.
We're breaking down the what is a groiper.
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Thank you.
Have you ever heard of this before, Chris?
A groiper?
You don't know what a groiper is?
Okay, so let's start the conversation over for Chris.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So then,
because it's important, Addis. Jesus, this is important. You're dealing with black people who don't know nothing about it.
Because I was already I was going not to see, so we gotta go pick up Chris again.
Oh, okay.
Let's go pick up Chris. Okay, so let's go back.
Let's go back. Let's take it a step back. Pause. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Blunt Chat podcast with Addis from the We Love Gymnastics podcast with Michaela Loves Gymnastics. Tonight, we're not talking gymnastics. We are bringing a very important issue to the community that I feel like needs to be had, that just isn't being had. A lot of the community, especially the trans women and the community of trans people as a whole, trans attracted, non-binary, everybody is in this great celebration of Charlie Kirk's death, right? And I feel like I was in that celebration too, until I had to get reamed back into real life, right? And in real life, the right-wing Republicans are weaponizing this issue and is utilitizing this issue and is starting this war against trans people. And the girls don't see it coming. So this is my PSA to the community. If y'all think it was bad before, bitches, hold on to y'all estrogen because it's about to get fucking turned up. Because this is some crazy ass shit that they're finna blame on trans people. And they're using this Tyler Robertson guy who was allegedly in a relationship with a person who, I guess I have no other way of putting it, but identify as trans. And we're going to talk about that because this is the shit I was telling y'all as a community. Stop letting everybody call themselves trans. And we're going to talk about that too. But so what we're explaining to the people, Chris, is it's this new word called
It's not a new word. It's new to us.
it's new to us called a
Groiper.
groiper.
So essentially, you have two camps, right? So you have two parties in this argument. You have the Charlie Kirk, the turning point white nationalism bullshit, right? And then you have an even more radical, more far right subsection of I guess republicanism, conservatism, which is they've adopted the name Groypers. Okay, so we'll start from the the second
First
video we
video.
showed. Second
Yeah.
video. So get the first video will be in the series.
Red.
Okay.
Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow. Facing red. Oh facing red. Oh Bella Chow.
Can we go back?
Facing red. Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow.
The person of y'all aren't even ready for what was actually engraved on the shell casings.
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO. What's this question mark?" Inscriptions on the three unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" exclamation point, "Catch!" exclamation point. Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and three down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
That's what they assumed was trans rhetoric? The combo code inscribed on one of the shell casings is from the game Helldivers 2. This is not a liberal game. It is a lot like 40K, which has a lot of fascist players. Just like how one of the inscriptions is a furry slogan, there are a lot of fascist furries too. Literally games where you cosplay as universal colonizers. Some of the slogans from this game is for Super Earth. Freedom is what we do with what is done to us, and democracy prevails once more. A few other notable slogans from the game is the only good bug is a dead bug, we fight so you don't have to. The game's narrative is filled with propaganda-like slogans that emphasize a fanatical loyalty to Super Earth and a jingoistic patriotic worldview. Y'all aren't even ready for what was actually engraved on the shell casings.
Okay, so now we move on to the second video.
MAGA switching up from needing payback to needing prayers in less than 24 hours once they found out that the shooter is suspected to be one of their own needs to be studied. They talk about how people on our end of the aisle are radicalized, when the same people literally declared war when they suspected that this was a transgender shooter. Even with this new suspect and the ATF walking back those claims, there are people still seeking retribution. The person in custody is a suspected groiper, or someone so far right on the political spectrum that they view people like Charlie Kirk as a plant, a stopgap to radicalizing more people. Literally so fascist that they make fun of other fascists for not being fascist enough. This person donated to a Make America Great Again Foundation, Super PAC. This person's father is a former police sergeant of like 20-something years. The entire family is Mormon. Every single one of them was a gun advocate. Just like how the person who tried it on Trump was a never Trumper. MAGA switching up from needing payback to needing prayer. The shooter was so far right, he dressed as Pepe the Frog. The radicalization people are talking about is not towards the left. Remember, I made that video about Pepe the Frog and how white supremacists co-opted it to hide in plausible deniability and obscurity, saying, how could a frog, a meme of a frog, be racist? People came at me in those comments and said, how could you even believe this? Literally, the only thing that would tie a little ribbon on top of this is if he had a Kekistan flag somewhere in his dorm or in his house or in his possessions. He is a groiper, and if you are not chronically online, you wouldn't know that that is Nick Fuentes' version of the alt-right, so far to the right that they literally planned this on Charlie Kirk. The song Bella Ciao is on the Nick Fuentes groiper playlist. The song etched onto one of the bullet casings. When I heard no...
Okay. Now we're going to get into what a groiper is.
Yes, because that's because a lot of context is being lost, but for not understanding what a groper is, and this is one of the main reasons why I want to have Chris on the show, because Chris is, in my mind, one of, along with Troy Kennedy, along with a lot of people, are in the forefront of the head of the trans attracted movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the right wing has already is starting to co-opt the groper movement with the trans amorous and trans attractive movement. And I feel like a lot of silly dumb girls who is not gonna know the difference, and all of this is just washing over their heads. It's gonna
Well, it's like when they try to like try to bring in pedophiles into the LGBTQIAP.
correct.
You know,
And
it's just not.
but this is why I want to have this conversation, because a lot of people who don't know, they're gonna try to martyrize Tyler, because all they're going to see is Tyler was with a trans girl, and he protected his trans girl so much that he went and shot this man. All trans attracted men need to do this. That's what protecting trans women look like, and y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah.
So this is why I felt like this conversation was very, very important right now, and I feel like the people need to know what the word really looks like, because it's this far super. If y'all think MAGA is far right, this group is even farther right than MAGA, which is
Chris, how you holding up? How you holding up?
Who, me or you talking to
Chris,
Chris?
because he looks concerned. Like, how you holding up?
I'm good.
You're being a sponge right now.
Yeah, I got you.
Love
I'm
that.
with
Okay. All right, Michaela.
Caught up.
All right, let's go.
Let's
Notice's
go.
bulges. Oh, whoa, was inscribed on one of the bullets. My personal thought immediately was, yeah, there's a lot of fascist furries out there. But what didn't occur to me was that this actually was just more transphobic rhetoric. Notice's bulges being the Adam's apple and the bulge down there. I said they were going to be far right, but they ended up being so far right that normies, regular people, have no idea what's going on right now. Genuinely, people are going, what the fuck is a groiper? What is Kekistan? Who is Pepe the Frog? I need y'all to understand these alt-right pipelines go so much deeper than you or me even realize. At what point does, going so far right end up being left, just anti-fascist? Because when you go far left enough, you get your guns back. So they say, so I say. Armed minorities are harder to oppress, right? When Charlie Kirk's wife and kids were not. Notice's bulges, oh whoa, I can't believe I'm saying that
Okay.
out loud and having to explain it, is a reference to a almost 2-decade-old meme that is not only transphobic, but it is hateful to furries as well.
There it is.
Oop.
The meme originated on
So, to make a very long
first they
story
lied
short,
about Notice's bulges, oh,
Go ahead.
a
Go ahead.
perfect.
meme,
To make a very long story short, is
the meme
what
is
he is saying
transphobic,
is
but it is hateful to furries as well.
Go ahead.
perfect. Good. What we're getting at is that there's a possibility that Tyler Robertson was a part of this super alternative right wing, super, 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 super fashion. I don't even know what the hell to call it. Just weird ass right
All
wing
right.
Republican,
All right.
stupid alt right. That they believe that even Charlie Kirk was damn liberal, trying to, because they hate biological
America.
women. Okay,
In
but
America.
deeper than that, they hate biological women to a point that they're now turning their homeboys into femboys, transitioning them and having pseudo online relationships with them. And
Mm. I mean, it goes deeper. They're actually having full flown relationships with them because, it's for the cause. They and we'll hear a video where he talks about that here in a bit, but like it is essentially this subsection of incels that are they hate women so much that they would much rather have, I guess, effeminized and like, whatever it is, these, I guess, weaker incels into being like their femboys and having full-blown relationships with them. In some cases, not all cases. And they cosplay in military gear, and oftentimes underneath the military gear, they have lingerie on.
And it's just so weird. It's just so extreme that, and you know what? All of this really don't even matter. It don't matter because the perception is what the right wing is going to use is Tyler Robertson was in a relationship with a trans person, and he did this on the behalf of his trans girlfriend. Like, and we could do all of this explaining. We could go all around the bush, but at the end of the day, that's the message that is being pushed. And even though that's not necessarily the truth, that's the message that we need to fight against because, man, the Republican Party is already losing their shit about trans people are crazy, trans people shitting on guns. This is just gonna, because they can't say that he was just a sister and a white man who shot another sister and a white man. They have to make it about something else, and the something else is gonna be this weird ass trans relationship, pseudo trans. I'm just gonna say trans relationship just to simplify it, because as a community we did this shit. We started accepting everybody under the trans umbrella, and every fucking and I've been saying this for years. We need to stop, take a second, not separate, but
I don't think this is our fault, and let me tell you why. This is like literally years of the white man feeling like, oh my God, no one cares about me. Oh my God, no, the entire world hates me. Oh my God, this and the third, where they literally oppress themselves into believing this, and then I can't get a girl because these girls, like, they don't care, and they don't want to be subservient to the man and all that shit. And it's like, girl, white men will
so
do
did
anything
you get a man to be like, that's like that prison mind bullshit of like, I'm not gay, I'm just fucking a man in the ass because I'm in prison. And
it's very much that. It's very much that. It's very much I've been deployed, and this is my husband, my boyfriend when I'm deployed. Very much that. Because they cosplay like they're in the military.
Okay, let's take a break. Chris,
What?
I know you just absorbed a lot of information right there, and I'm so sorry to hit you with all this information at once. I see the look on your face like, God damn, what the fuck is
I'm
this?
surprised that I'm the one that like has to explain this, because I'm just like,
people don't know about this addicts. I'm telling you, when I say I learned about this because I have a coworker, and she is a white cisgender woman, and she's in a relationship with a transgender woman and a lesbian relationship. And she tried to explain this to me yesterday, and I just was like, what? So, having addicts on who knows about this.
Of communities. This encompasses the furry community, it encompasses the incel community, it encompasses the very far right community. It's just an amalgamation of just shit.
So what I want to give Christopher a chance to do is, as a person who legitimately dates trans women and who is actively impacting the trans community in a positive way, and as a man who spends his life and his career dedicated to dating trans women and putting that in a very positive outlook, magnify it, and trying to change the stigmas. How do you feel about this? How do you feel like this is the thing that the Republican Party is going to use, or is trying to use, to now attack trans women and their rights?
You're talking about the Charlie Kirk murder.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's I mean, they use any reason they can. I don't think they have a really good play. But before it came out that it was Tyler, the talk of taking away Second Amendment rights for, the trans community was, a real thing. Now they really don't have a leg to stand on, even though they can still push it forward. The initial, okay, they're violent, now we're going to take their guns.
Can we go down that thought process really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, this is literally 0.1% of the entire population in the United States. Taking away the guns from trans people, what is that going to solve? Like, let's just go down that road. Say they do that. What is that going to solve?
It will keep certain people in office. They're just doing it for the votes.
Right.
So,
which they didn't earn to begin with. Because they cheated.
What?
They didn't earn to begin with. They cheated.
That as well. But the ones that they did get and the support that they've got from the party would only increase because, okay, he's representing us and look what he did. He went and stopped those crazy trans people from getting guns. And that's what I support. And it's just like, it's just doing it for a vote. So it doesn't.
They're trying to incite a race war that who wants to fight in this race war? Are you going to fight? I'm not going to fight.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to fight.
No, I'm not a patriot. So.
I am a patriot. I work elections, but I'm not going to fight. Michaela, you going to fight?
I can't fight. I'm transgender.
My knee. I blew my knee out. I can't fight either.
They're going to put me in the damn mental hospital.
I have limp wrists. I can't fight.
I mean,
do y'all...
That's Make America Great Again is going back to the days where they could just throw somebody who was trans in the loony bin.
While they're all attracted to them.
Say what?
While they're all attracted to them, all trying to fuck the girls, all trying to fuck the dolls. They all trying to fuck the dolls behind closed doors. And they're all cigarettes. Each one of them, they're all cigarettes.
Sadly, this stuff isn't studied enough because men don't talk enough, but it really would be fascinating to see the tie between a man who was raised conservative with, let's just call them traditional values, and their desire for trans women.
I mean, I'll give you the statistic real
quick. Because there's something there.
You look up every red state, how they have the Pornhub's biggest searches by state?
Mm-hmm.
Red states, trans.
Yeah,
trans porn is like literally like thousands.
It's getting into what trans represents to them in their mind, as opposed to what ideas were put into their brain as they grew up. Like, what is it that makes this something that they are drawn to as adults, based on what has been put into them as children? Because I was conservative. I was heavily conservative. I was raised conservative, and I went that route. And it's just like there's a commonality here. Just like it was something I read something today where they talked about conservative men don't go for conservative women; they go for liberal women. So, what is it about liberal women that draw conservative men, and why don't they want other women?
They want to control them.
Women who are conservative. But it'd be easier to control somebody who believes what you believe than a woman who believes in abortion, believes in, is liberal on immigration rights or not rights, but immigration and trans rights and all that other stuff. Because when you try to raise kids, it's going to be a problem.
Because a lot of these liberal women do not want kids.
There's that too. You're right.
And if we're being honest, I don't want kids. I would love kids, but I don't want kids. It's irresponsible. What world are you gonna like birth them into? In 10 years, Florida's gonna be in the water. Sorry, Michaela. Sorry, y'all. Florida's gonna be in the water. In 15 years, the air quality is gonna be what world are you leaving to these kids? So why have it get irresponsible? To spread your seed, bitch. It's bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel.
We're headed there.
These white men with their eugenics, I'm like, girl, you're not even the best of your species. If you were Lance Armstrong, to say something right, you're beating every metric, but you're not. Yeah. There's some bro from.
Why is Lance Armstrong the example when he was literally doping?
That's who came to mind, Michaela. Just Alex Nemov.
Okay.
Is that what you know what I mean? Just someone who's a good athlete, whatever. You know what I mean? These are bottom of the barrel ass motherfuckers. They're not Elon Musk with his broken
But
penis.
but see, that's cool as a thought process, but then in actuality, these bottom of the barrel motherfuckers get in these political positions and make laws and affect the lives of
And
us.
who
So
funds
we
them?
can't call them bottom of the barrel people when they're literally are the ones who are
Oh,
actively
they're still
making
bottom of the
laws.
barrel. They just have a little power. And guess who funds them? Israel.
At the end of the day, a lot of people believe what these bottom of the barrel people have to
Because they're
offer.
bottom of the
And the
barrel.
thing is,
Yeah.
that's one way of approaching things, but that's why y'all liberals always get caught up in shit that y'all get up because y'all just want to. You just can't say that
But
at
they're
it. It's
not.
like you have to at least try because they win
By cheating.
elections, so they still
By
win.
cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
A win is
and they're
still a
still bottom
win.
of the barrel.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk, all the money in the world. Elon Musk has all the money in the world, and he tried to get a penis implant, and it got botched. So he can't even get hard anymore. He can't even get hard anymore. I'd be pissed too. All that money, I'd be pissed too. All the baby mamas he has are through IVF because he can't even get it up.
Mm. It's awful.
And Elon Musk is a corper.
Don't
He
put that
is.
on. Don't
He
put
is.
don't put that
We'll
on
get
us.
into
So
that.
what's fascinating, because while you guys were talking about it, I was reading up on the Groypers, and I did find it fascinating that this group is widely. First off, most people don't know about this because this is like intra-conservative politics, and even in that, it's like a really like you have to know the players in it.
It's like a sect.
Yeah, and most people didn't even know Charlie Kirk before he got killed. Like they might have recognized him sort of from a video here or there somewhere. Um, but the Groyper movement was at odds with Charlie Kirk, and they would show up to his events and ask outlandish questions because they didn't believe he was conservative enough. Both him and Ben Shapiro
Trying to
were not
push him.
conservative enough. They were too close to the middle, which is just wild. But that's the way they thought. So, I mean, okay, if Tyler Robinson was a graper, it would make sense that he didn't like Kirk because the graper movement had beef with Kirk.
Right. And
Kirk
now
was
let's
too
let's
center.
Mhm.
let's break it down even more. Okay. Have you ever shot a gun, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, like you know like a little bit about like how guns work and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put you on top of a building. Okay, I'm putting you on top of a building. Okay, and then I'm gonna give you a target, which is like 300 yards away from you, right? Now, guide me through what you would do to make this shot.
I don't even know.
Okay,
Lay it down.
so you would need a scope, a very good scope, right? And
Yeah.
then if you're able to make that sort of shot, you have to factor in the curvature of the earth. You have to factor in the wind. You have to factor in any sort of like slight deviation that bullet might have, right? Like this
Yeah.
is like you have to have like sniper level mentality. Like this is top of your class in marksmanship, right?
Well, I
And
mean, I
you want
wouldn't
me
do
to
that standing up. It would have to be
lying
like on a
down.
stand. I'm gonna need like a bipod or something like that. Like basically, you holding it is it's always going to move, so you need to put it on the ground or on a ledge or put it on something so that it stays still. While
And
you're
if
aiming.
you're making that shot,
Yeah,
you're
you can't.
you're going to the Olympics. Like you're winning a medal. You're winning a medal at some point in your life, right? Because that's how because
Why the Olympics was
that's how
not the
good that
example
shot
I
is.
thought you were
That's
gonna
how good
say.
that shot is. Now, mind you, so the guns that they were used, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those guns are made to kill livestock or made to kill
Yeah.
deer, right? That bullet, if it was used, would have left blood all over the place, right? And in the video, those of us who have the misfortune of seeing it, that's not what happens. He just that's it, right? And
Mm.
now a little bit forward, um, I I just have a hard time grappling with the fact that okay, so he snuck in this gun in his skinny jeans, right? Then deconstructed it, left it in the woods, and in the woods, and still was able to get away. Okay? Hold my hand. So, if you want me to believe that this kid, however young he is, made this incredible shot, right? And I'll give it to you. Sure, say it was him, right? Then you want me to believe that he literally confessed on a Discord server, and he told his trans partner or roommate all the details of what he did,
And his father.
and then you want me to believe that he had to, because that the rifle that was used in order to to break it down, it takes a little bit of time, right? You can't just do that. I don't care who you are. It takes a little bit of time to do that while you're walking, and then it just honestly, it makes no sense. This entire situation makes no sense.
It's the same thing with the damn Donald Trump assassination attempt. Like, I'm so sorry. Like,
hardly
there's just no way that could be. It's just no way that could be real. Like, and with this Charlie Kirk thing, I'm not.
It had to have been a drone. It had to have been a little drone.
You think it was like a drone strike on him?
It was a cyber drone. Yeah, because I mean that shot was too clean, and I'll go as far as saying I think it was Israel. I do. Because I mean Candace is over there talking, and now let's be honest, were Candace and Charlie fucking? Because I mean she's doing a lot, but that's not here nor there. Like she's doing a lot. Like she says how like they had a meeting and how they were pressuring him into doing this on the third because he was trying to wake up against Israel. Like this seems like when you're being beholden to accountability of not only pedophilia, but of like still literally taking billions and trillions of dollars from the US, you don't want to be held accountable. You're going to do anything in your power to not be held accountable, right? And genocide, right? These motherfuckers over there, they're doing everything to stop from being held accountable. Calling everybody anti-Semitic, literally bombing Iraq and Bahrain and Kuwait, all the places, flying all these pedophiles out if they get caught. And I'm just like, when I mean, this is where we're at. This is where we're at, and it's getting scary. And I say that as someone who is of Jewish descent. Like,
it is, and I'm gonna like stop for a second because we don't have very long with Chris, and I want to give him a chance to speak. And
celebrity.
But I want to say this, and I'm not saying what you're saying is invalid. This is very important. It's just at this moment in time, it really don't matter. It really is. It's part of the bigger picture that don't really matter because right now, what matters is that they're going to use this to affect the lives of trans people. And I'm sorry, Black trans people are always going to get swept under the rug first. It just always happens.
The girls with the knowledge to not let themselves be used as, like, I guess, casualties of this war.
Correct. Like, I don't want my sisters to be out here making Tyler the new martyr of trans amorous men and what they should be doing to protect their trans girlfriends when they don't even understand the depth of how crazy the right wing really is. Like,
there's layers to this shit.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to give Christopher the floor for a second. We're going to listen for a second. Let's go.
I'm sorry. Who was supposed to be judging trans amorous men? Are you talking about the conservatives?
The right wing is using Tyler. They're framing this as Tyler shot Charlie Kirk as a response to protect his girlfriend from Charlie Kirk's trans rhetoric. And now people are online saying, I agree with Charlie Kirk. Them trans people, you have a whole bunch of people who are like, I agree with Charlie Kirk. And so now they're going to use this. Tyler was with the trans girl. He shot Charlie Kirk to protect his trans girlfriend from Charlie Kirk evil trans rhetoric. And this is what the right wing is doing.
Well, I think it's, the people who do that, they were going to find a reason one way or another. Like they were just, thank you for giving me a reason. They were going to find a reason to say, okay, these people are crazy and they should have their guns taken away and they're this and they're that. Like, and the people agreeing with them would agree with a tin can. If the tin can could say the same things, like give me any reason to spread hate. Give me any reason to be valid for hating and being bigoted and having my hateful ways. Like, just give me any reason whatsoever. I mean, to be honest, if there was a national conversation about men who date trans women, that would be good. I mean, even if it was associated to this, only because now we're finally talking about this specific group of men that, largely doesn't really get any level of conversation or consideration. And I understand, like, guys don't need to be in front, like the girls need to be out in front, and their stories need to be told and they need to be protected. So I do understand, like, why things are the way they are. But in terms of, like, I mean, I'm kind of there with you. Like, I'm gonna just be real, since we're, I'm on your stream, so I'm gonna just keep it real over here.
We're all friends here.
Yeah.
Be blunt. It's called a blunt check.
From what I've seen on the picture of this person who was saying they're trans or whatever, like, whatever. I guess so. Like, that's the game we're playing right now. Like, it's just one of those things, like, okay, well, now everybody's getting the negative reputational impact because of this one person that says they're trans. And it's like, all right. But I mean, anybody with two eyes can see there's a difference between this person and that person. It's a difference between that person and Amaya Scott, or, I mean, hell, even somebody as, stupid as, like, Nikita Dragon or Blair White or whatever.
Oh my God.
Like, they're two different groups of people.
Yeah, subsections.
But this is my pushback to that, and this is where I was trying to say earlier. As a community, we have openly accepted all of that with open arms. We've said, you are trans woman just like me, and people need to respect your gender and your pronouns and your binaries. And you don't want to look like a woman. That's cool. We accept that. You are my sister. You are the non-binary of the people, and you are trans just like me, and we have to respect you, and we should respect everybody. Respecting people is not the right word, but we have to accept you and assimilate you and all of this other stuff. And you're wrong, Michaela, because you want to be binary and this, that, and the third. And this is where we as the community have gone. And we as the community have to realize that we play a part in this shit too, because when we were supposed to be like, that's not a trans person, they shouldn't be in the women's bathroom, that's not a trans person, we were like, I accept you with open arms. You up here looking like addicts, but you want to be in the women's bathroom.
I always go to the women's bathroom.
Come in the women's bathroom. I know.
Cleaner.
Come into the women's bathroom right along with me. I'm gonna hold your hand, and you better respect my sister's pronouns. And we created this monster, and the right wing is playing the right game. I'm telling it's the right. I would do the same shit. Like, we've created this shit. Like, in my opinion,
like,
in my personal
these are the most incompetent people. Like, they're the stupidest people. Sure, yeah, what they're getting shit done.
But that's the problem, addicts. That's the problem. I'm going to say something real. People, I'm going to say something, and if you're not Black or Mexican, please don't take offense to this, but it's just the truth. They are kind of stupid addicts. As a whole, they are kind of stupid. They want to sit up there and believe that Jesus is coming back tomorrow and he's going to fix everything. And,
you know what's on the Bible? White people.
And it's just, and there's nothing wrong with religion. And I hate to try to act like I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God and all that good stuff. But y'all use that religion to keep y'all stupid. Y'all use that religion to keep y'all fucking enslaved, and y'all just don't see it. So all y'all see right now is y'all really finna sit up there and try to take away rights from trans people, not even realizing you have trans cousins who needs to be, because we're Black, so we need Black. We have a different set of circumstances, so we need the fucking guns. Like, I'm pretty sure you won't find a Black trans woman that's anti-2A. Like, bitch, we fucking love it because we need to protect ourselves too. So,
well, I think
like,
the thing as well, though, Michaela, is there are trans people who are a part of the MAGA movement. So there are trans women who are, and men, trans women and men, trans individuals, period, who are supporters of Donald Trump. They wear the hats. They wear the American flag. They do. I mean, I remember the hashtag trannies for Trump back during the election. And, you know, I've had to kick some Trump supporters out of some groups that I'm admin, and like they're out there. There are more than enough trans people who support Trump. Like, so like, oh yeah, well, these people, they're crazy. They're this and this and this. But these are people that are also like standing right next to you at the rally. It may not be the majority of trans folks, but there's more than enough of them who support conservative, or at least at the very least support President Trump.
and it's just, it's so sad because I keep saying this. I just see how the gay community really, really was like, oh no, I don't give a damn if you like a 3-year-old boy or a 17-year-old boy. That's not gay. That's a pedophile, and that's not us. And I just remember how clear, how distinct, how it was a swift cutoff. Like, it wasn't this damn bullshit that we do as trans women because we're women, so we come at it with a more softer approach when god damn it, some of y'all trainees need to remember y'all was born with nuts, so y'all need to be swift with this shit too. Like, this is not us. This is not us. Like, this weird shit that they got going on, this ain't got shit to do with us. Like, we are up here just taking our estrogen, trying to live life as the gender that we were not born, but that's in our fucking mind, that has been imprinted on us since fucking before we were born, bitch. Like, that's it. Like, we do not get down with all of this fucking craziness, but like, it's just so hard because so many trans people feel like if I say this isn't trans, that's somehow taking away my own fucking personal transition by not accepting this person transition. So, and it's like, baby, there's no transition to accept. Like, what are we talking about? Like, at best, this should be viewed as gay people. At best, this should be a white gay man, a white cisgender gay man who still killed a white cisgender man, white on white crime. We shouldn't be in this at all, but y'all fucking dummies are for to fucking accept this shit into our community and fucking put strife on our fucking backs. And that's why I'm having this emergency PSA, because I just know how the damn girls do. And they're not even going to research this enough to get to the bigger picture.
So it would have helped if this individual came forward, because as far as I've seen, I haven't seen any public statements or anything. They came forward and said, I am not trans. I am this, this, and this. Like, if they came forward and just said, hey, everybody's saying that I am trans and he was dating me. Yes, he was dating me. No, I am not trans. Like, I mean, maybe that's what is needed just to help, avoid this false narrative.
I promise you that will never happen.
Oh, no, I'm sure it won't. But I'm just saying,
it should.
The solution here.
It's like the other person they want to identify as trans that just did the other shooting up there. Girl. No, the white lady who they identified as trans, who but they were in the middle of detransitioning. So I don't understand how y'all like trying to pass a whole law to ban trans women from owning guns on a person that literally was detransitioning. They were not even trans.
I want to just point out the fact that Congress literally blocked the release of the Epstein files, and then the Charlie Kirk thing happened, and we haven't talked about the Epstein files since then. I mean, there still is kind of. This is we should be pushing for the Epstein files release, because I mean, the president's in there. The president's a pedophile. Like, this is what it comes down to. And the thing is, like, they're using anything to distract from that. And again,
the president and a lot
you know what?
Of
if it's Clinton,
like
I don't care. Whatever Democrat, take them all to prison. Take them all to prison. I don't care if it's fucking Stephen Hawking. Take the fucking
truly
chair.
like
He's dead. Take the chair to prison. I don't care.
Stephen Hawking's
Yes,
dead.
he died like 4 years ago. But he was a pedophile too. Take the chair to prison. I don't care. The little machine, take it to prison. All of them. Clinton, Biden, everybody.
Okay.
I don't care.
Oh, thought process, McKinley. We are on. You can't ask
Go
these
ahead,
questions
ask
on
a
live.
question.
Okay. No, because it's
Or does his penis work? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you wondering if his penis work?
We watch too many people are watching on Twitter for me to ask something stupid like that. All 50 of y'all. Hi, people on Twitter. I just want my community. It's even trans attracted men. I don't want y'all to sit up there and be like to just see the surface level of the headlines of this guy was in a relationship with a trans woman and then somehow feel like, oh, my brother, or feel some kind of like this man. This shit is just beyond crazy, and I just don't want our
A
community
lack
to.
of media literacy is what's happening right now.
Yes.
It's the fact that
I don't even think this is media literacy, because this is some shit you have to really like.
Exactly. Part of
know
media literacy
to
is
even.
doing your own investigation and like finding sources of what you don't understand. And people would much rather be fed.
But you know what? But how about this? Let's take this conversation here at it. When I was growing up, the news would do this. Like, these are the stories the news would cover. Like, the news wouldn't just be like Donald Trump. Like, and they would be like, okay, let's investigate Charlie Chris. Let's talk about the furry loving and is this person really like, this would be 60 minutes inside like this, like all this used to be what the news would cover. But the news don't cover this anymore. Like, the news they just want to hear Charlie Kirk shooter, and is he gonna get the death penalty, and that's all. Like, and it's just like,
which is why media literacy is important, because then you do your own investigation. I mean, you take out your phone. You have the entire internet on your phone. You can do a Google search. You can do a fucking DuckDuckGo search. You have to educate yourself.
But you would have to, again, this is one situation where you would have to know, like, what the fuck is a grouper in order to research it. Like, that's not, I don't think that's public knowledge.
It is part of media literacy. You have to understand that there is much more, like you said, you're missing the forest for the trees.
And as Chris, as somebody who's in the news media, what are your opinions on that part of the conversation?
Well, I mean, the reason why the news has changed so much over the years is because the amount of people who watch news has greatly diminished. A lot of them are dying off. I mean, because people don't watch appointment TV. They don't watch TV over the air anymore.
And they've adopted the ESPN format where like just talking heads just going at each other.
Yeah. And that, that's with the cable news. And, you got the CNN, Fox, whatever, and they're sort of surviving, but your local journalists are dying, and the people who would really dig into this, because the way all this stuff works, if there's a shooting, let's say I'm in Houston right now. If there's a shooting in Houston, the news agencies that are going to dig the deepest and get the best answers are going to be the local agencies, who will then have their work basically stolen by CNN, Fox News, and then they'll say, yeah, our local affiliate in Houston, such and such, they reported this. They're not actually doing the work on the ground in the cities. It's the local journalists. And the amount of people that are watching the news is diminished, which means less ad revenue being made, which means less money for payroll, which means lots and lots of cutbacks.
And then in comes BlackRock and buys up all these dying medias. Yeah. And the thing is, like, okay, the OT registrar was the one that broke the Larry Nassar story. The journalists literally found the hard drives in the trash, and had they not looked at the trash, he would have gone away with it. It's it's local journalism that is so important to not only media literacy, but also like trying to educate and like trying to get these stories out, and we've let it die.
Well, and even though it is living in a version, basically local news used to be, you had a veteran weatherman, the veteran anchor, the veteran reporter, like somebody who's been reporting in your community for 30 years. Now we have nothing but, young 20-somethings that have been in your community for 6 months, and they're not going to be there more than a year. So basically, News is hiring younger, cheaper, less experienced, putting out worse product, spending less money on investigative reporting, and holding people
Let me
accountable.
tell you.
So yeah,
when I was
that's
working,
basically why it isn't like it used to be, Michaela. It's just
when I was working at the newspaper here in town, the editor in chief was this young girl who like, okay, so there was two versions of the newspaper, right? There is the standard 18-page newspaper, and then the Sunday 24, 26-page beast, right?
yeah.
And they expected, I was a layout designer, expected me to design the thing from scratch every morning, right? And then in the middle of the day, she had the option to just change the whole thing, and I had to redesign the whole thing. And you can't, that is not, it's just not a manageable like expectation from anybody, not just me. And so listen, whatever she's doing, clearly not doing well because she's whatever. But like I had to quit because it was literally like stressing me out for no reason. Like she literally did that twice to me. Like where it was done, it was like getting near, we had to be sent off to print, and she changed the whole thing. I'm like, bitch, you're playing in my face. And so again, it's a whole slew of an amalgamation of bullshit, like bad leadership because they're young and they're not experienced, and that trickles down to losing good workers, and that leads to the newspaper, you know, suffering and then eventually closing down, and then BlackRock comes in and buys them out, and done.
Yep. And they just, I believe they just canceled a law or just did away with the law or a rule that limited media companies from owning multiple stations in the same city. So there was just a big acquisition from Gray Media that bought up a company called Tegna that owns a lot of stations across the country. So now there will be markets where half the TV stations in town are owned by the same company.
And they can choose to feed you whatever they want.
Absolutely. And it's all that stuff. So anyways, news is different. Media literacy, like Eric said, media literacy is important. And I mean, this whole story of Charlie Kirk and the shooter and his girlfriend and all these different things, you know, somebody came in my group talking in the men's group, because I have a group just for men who are attracted to trans women, and somebody came dropping some you know, hearsay, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I don't believe it until I see it come from a what do you call it, a credible news source. Like we can't tell the difference between real news and these rumor blog pages that are just there to get fucking clicks.
Now, civilian journalists are important. They are, in very a lot of cases they're important, but also there has to be some sort of standard. Like if you're a journalist and you actually go to school for journalism, you are beholden to your code of ethics. And all these civilian journalists don't do that.
Well, but the thing is,
it
journalists,
seems like,
real quick, Michaela, journalists can be sued.
Yeah.
Regular people, you're not going to be sued.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a journalist and I work for this newspaper, this TV station. This is a large organization that is a nice, beautiful, big target for a lawsuit.
And if they sue you, they sue the LLC or whatever. They sue the
company. They sue the whatever WISN TV, ABC,
Hearst, whatever
13. Yeah. They sue Hearst. Like, so now you're going to lose your job because the company just got sued for $1 million over something wrong that you did.
Look at Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel just lost his show because he spoke out against this. Like Disney just
Stephen Colbert
too. Yeah, like your late night talk shows are a dying breed. Literally today, Disney.
Well, they were already dying, but now
they're canceling the Jimmy Kimmel show because of what he said about Charlie Kirk last night.
Yeah, but we do have to understand, like, that's another big part of it is, if it isn't half, it's more than half, but a large portion of the country is conservative, and a lot of them do, you know, I mean, even people that vote Democrat, a lot of them are conservative socially, like they're anti-trans themselves. They just vote blue because that's the way they've always voted. But
I think we should just all mind our own fucking business. My God.
But see, this is where the thing is, especially in the Black community, this is why I just can't be like they're all stupid, because they're literally raised from birth that anything against God is evil and wrong. And the main thing that's against God is being gay. And
Honestly, I'm an atheist. Fuck
it
God, I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
well, I mean, that's great for you addicts, but again, as a community, we as black people and you as a Mexican
No,
person really can't have that because your community is highly religious
Catholic.
too. And and when the majority of the people are brainwashed into believing stuff that aren't true, you have to do the slow and unsteady work of unbrainwashing people. You just can't be like, you're stupid, so you're gonna forever be brainwashed. You have to do that slow
but do
and
some people
steady,
want to even
hard.
desensitize themselves from that? They don't. They would
Nah,
much rather double down
But you
than
have,
to admit that they were bamboozled and lied to.
but see, as like for me as black people, the reason why I fight so hard is because I gave up on I even given up on my generation of black people. Like they're just lost to the sauce. But it's that next generation that I'm
I mean,
hoping my words
the
get
kids are
to
going to be all
them.
right. Like the
Um,
kids, these kids are they're a lot
mm,
more willing to fight.
because in all honesty, my generation, when we were younger, we were a lot more liberal. Like all of these people I grew up with was a lot more liberal and a lot more. But now that they're in their 40s, they're starting to convert to conservative, and I just
Well,
don't
because
get it. It's like
we were
once
promised if you
people,
go to college, if you work your job, if you do this and a third, you will be handed the keys like the boomers did. But the boomers have left nothing for the rest of us. So like now we're all of us because I include myself into like that. So like we were upset if you go to college, you get your degree and do this and that, you will have a good life. And now there's not that. I have my degree. I did the good things. I did the right thing. And then what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like there's nothing.
no,
There's
no,
nothing. Like
nothing. It was
we will
really a
not have the
lot.
opportunity to own houses like the people before us did.
Mhm.
We will not have the same opportunities to be able to build generational wealth like they did, unless we make it bigger in some sort of thing. And it's just so it's we're headed towards a reckoning that is generational as far as like the ability to even live right now. Because I mean, the standard of living has gone up, but the wages have not. They have not. And I mean, right now they're saying that it's like $65 an hour is what it would take to live comfortably right now. No one is paying that. $65 an hour. That's what you need to live comfortably right
Oh,
now.
that's what was that like 135, 130?
Something like that, yeah, around there.
Yeah. 60 that $60 an hour is 120.
So
So
like,
yeah.
and that's what you would need to
Here's-
live comfortably in this
Yep.
economy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and you know what? It all goes back, all the way goes back to these people, these bottom of the barrel ass motherfuckers who get into politics and then get funded by all these super PACs, and they get funded by not just Israel, but like all these PACs and special interest groups who want to just keep us dumb, keep us fat, and keep us working.
I wish Shayna, because I know she's watching, I wish Shayna would jump on for a
Mm.
second because she's a social worker, and I want her to talk about the impact of the cuts because it's so many
My
people
medicine,
like who
my
are
medicine,
loose.
like we would talk about this like earlier in the year. That brought us back together. Like I was scared for a while that like the program that I'm part of, to which I get my antiviral medication because I got cheated on and whatever. Fuck, it's just a long story. But like I take my antiviral medication every day, so I stay alive. And for a minute, I was like, I only have so much medication left. Right now, I've been stocking that bitch. I have like I got a good little stash. But like I was scared for a minute that like they're gonna get defunded and I'm not gonna be able to live. I'm gonna die. But it's these funding cuts that are left and right.
Sad,
It's just
sadly, I have a friend who lives in Colorado who has kidney disease, renal failure, and they cut her off of fucking her
that's
insurance,
another
and like
thing.
she has to now pay for everything out of pocket,
Insurance is the biggest scam
and
we've ever been sold.
it
Mhm.
truly is.
And then
It
and we
truly
just
is.
we just passed a bill, Michaela, in which our tax money is going to pay for the Israeli army's entire healthcare and pension and everything. But universal health care is we can't do that. But over there in Israel, they get free
and trans
college. They get free health care.
and trans people are the enemies. Like, and that's the shit that just that's the most like that just they just always I don't know. I really been trying to sit up here and think about what was the moment when trans people became the enemies, because
They've always
for
been
for a
enemy.
very long time, we were just not even in the forefront. It was the gay community. It was the gay community. We were just behind the gay community, right? Then people started to figure out who trans people were, right? And then, the beautiful trans women like Laverne Cox and the Amaya Scotts and the T.S. Madison start coming out in the world. And the people was like, yeah, we could get down
I'll
with
tell you
this,
exactly what happened.
They're just, oh,
It was a
okay.
matter of, because here's the breakdown, right? The reason that gay people have been literally like the what is it what is the thing called that you get on your feet when you're like walking out on the grass, a spur, what do you call it?
Oh, the
Yeah,
sticky
that,
pearl.
sure. Like, the reason that gay people became that for conservative men is because they have no control over what two consenting adults do, right? But when it comes to a child, and here comes the pedophilia, it's much easier to subjugate them, to abuse them, and to mold them into what you want them to be because of the control aspect. Now, when it comes to trans people and trans individuals as a whole, it is the fact that they have no control over what you as a person, as a fully autonomous being, does to your body, and you have control over that. And the fact that they cannot then subjugate you guys and abuse you guys into submission is what's created this whole rift. It's the fact that not only are they attracted to them, but they also then have to deal with the realization of like, oh, I have to be against this, where I'm still like calling up the call girls, the dolls, calling them up in the night, and still like setting up appointments. So it's weird dichotomy that all these motherfuckers have these skeletons in the closet. Bunch of cigarettes in the government.
See, but
Bunch of
that's always been true at its. But what I'm saying is, it was like a world, well, an American wide shift when it comes to trans people and
Mhm.
trans rights. That I'm just not sure, like, what was it or what year was it, but it just really
it may have been
happened,
sports.
like, recently.
And
No.
again,
Maybe
1% of the entire population.
you know what, Addicts? I think that's what it was for real. Like, when they start seeing people
Living their
who
life, who
who were
don't
living their
fit into
lives,
their
yes,
into their
let
binary.
me
Sorry.
finish. Let me finish. When they start seeing people who visibly, now we're just talking about aesthetics,
Presenting.
who visibly did not fit their ideal of what a trans person was supposed to look like, playing in sports with biological women, winning or losing. I think that might have been it in America when they were like, okay, yeah,
Us too.
them
Well,
damn she-males, they got too
it's like Black
much
Wall
going
Street.
on
It's
over
like
there.
Black Wall
Like,
Street. It's like
Okay.
Rosewood. It's like
Um,
when they see black people succeeding and creating these hubs and actually like getting ahead in life, they're like, no, we can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. The stronghold we have on this, and so what did they do? They bombed Rosewood. They bombed Black Wall Street. They bombed all these black communities, or just
yes.
go
so
ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no, all facts. All facts all day. And I was just gonna say you wanted to know when, and I'm not gonna
Yes.
give a specific year, but it is a very short period of time. Basically, Orange is the New Black brought transness to America, because
Hmm.
it was a hit show on Netflix, runaway hit, debuted in 2013, and then also,
It was our Will and Grace.
yeah, it was. I'm sorry, who?
It was the trans community's
Oh yeah,
Will
yeah,
and Grace. Like, I feel like Will and
yeah,
Grace opened America to the gay experience, and it just became normalized. And I
yeah.
feel like Orange is the New Black did the same thing for trans
So
America.
Orange is the New Black. Now Laverne Cox is in front of the whole country, being out there like that. And then 2015, Caitlyn Jenner was born. So once you have
Mm.
one of the biggest shows in America, puts trans front and center. Now you have Caitlyn Jenner, and then with the two of them winning, I don't know if Laverne Cox got announced as any of these things, but they're doing the talk show circuit. They're getting put in front of America. Like the topic of them is everywhere. And then with Caitlyn Jenner,
that is like the pinnacle of a male athlete in America was Bruce Jenner.
Yes.
And then he became Caitlyn.
And then he won.
Oh, Shayna did get on. Hold on, everybody. Wait. Shayna, you listened to me. You actually got on, sister.
I actually, hey, I got a text message from Nisha saying Michaela said join. So I said, okay, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted you to get on for a brief second. I'm sure you're at work or something because you're like me, always at work. Oh, okay, cool. The reason why I wanted you to get on for a second, because we're not going to have Chris very long, is because you're a healthcare worker. You work in the social worker efforts, and we were talking about how like the government is cutting all of these things for like trans people and like just the medical benefits that we were getting, and like I know you provide HIV medication to people and stuff. Like, is your job being affected, or like how are these cuts with the government affecting your personal work that you do?
Especially with Trump being, taking over. So it's not just LGBTQ people; it's basically minorities and low-income people that they're trying to cut a lot of benefit. It's on a national scale when it comes to Social Security benefits, food stamps, SNAP benefits.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot with prevention of HIV and testing. They're trying to take off one of the real big ones, which is ending the HIV EHE. So they're trying to take that away as well. And we still haven't gotten funding for Ryan White services, which are people living with HIV and AIDS. So
even like testing for the FDA, like testing food products, like making sure like these food products don't infect people with cholera and shit like that. That's not there anymore. Like that's we have all these recalls for all this food that's it's contaminated now because there's no actual people like making sure that these things don't get out. The FDA is they defund the FDA. It's just they want us to die. Because then
I just saw that that Disney and ABC just cut Jimmy Kimmel for his remarks about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So
yeah. So and just to add some context to that, so I need you guys to understand that the FCC is controlled by Donald Trump. The FCC is a government department, just like Department of Defense, Department of Health, whatever.
They nominate people to take head of it.
Yeah. So basically, you don't need Congress to make any moves on behalf of those organizations, and the FCC holds the broadcasting license for broadcasters like ABC
and the internet.
Yes, that as well. So it controls all that stuff. So, and that was the change when Trump got elected. I'd worked in news for 17 years. I'd never seen journalists running scared like this because them Republicans, like you do something that they don't like, they threaten your license. And if you lose your license, that's it. You can't broadcast anymore. You lost everything. Like your ABC station in Houston, where I'm at, you can't. They want to take, okay, well, ABC, we're going to take all the licenses of the stations that you own. ABC owns the stations in all the biggest cities like Philly, New York.
They took the license away from the one in Miami, and now they're not running as an ABC station. They're just running as Local 10 Miami.
Well, that's if the network removes it. That's if the network ABC says, we don't want you to be our affiliate anymore. You guys suck. We're out. But if the government says you can't broadcast, period, because you don't have a license anymore, all these stations are millions of dollars every month. I mean, tens of millions. Like they're pulling in like $30 million a month on ad revenue per station, and you lose all of that money because Donald Trump got mad at you because you let Jimmy Kimmel stay.
Because you hurt his feelings.
Wow.
And in addition, all the people that work at these stations, there's a few hundred people at each station. A few hundred people, job gone. Ain't nobody got no job because you ain't got no station. You're not broadcasting anywhere.
And it becomes one of those like kind of like when there's no grocery store. It's like a food desert. It's like
So
a news desert.
And I'm not familiar with all of that, but isn't
Mhm.
an amendment about freedom of
They don't care about the Constitution,
what is it called?
freedom of press,
Press. Yeah.
but they don't care about the Constitution.
that's why a lot of these journalists are choosing the independent route, like Don Lemon, because then he isn't beholden to a news organization to shut him up. He could say whatever the hell he basically, but
And that was
other than if like
that was the role
YouTube
of the journalist
take
is
him
to
out.
make sure that you keep these government entities in check.
Mhm.
But when you dismantle the fourth estate or fifth estate, like then there's nobody to keep you accountable for what you do in the dark.
Alex, did you see your congresswoman wear out the FBI director?
I did. I was all about it. I love her.
I lived. Oh, you too, Chris. I forgot you in Texas too.
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett she's that girl.
I love her.
I just hope. Listen, what I do know is that Kamala Harris was involved in a lot of sting operations when she was the AG in California. So hopefully, there's a sting operation that they're running, and they're gonna get that motherfucker in the Oval Office. Because goddamn.
Oh, she represents Dallas. Okay.
Yeah. And they just like when they did the redistricting, the gerrymandering, she lost her district. So now, and these idiots are so dumb. This is what I'm saying, Michaela, the bottom of the barrel, because these dumb motherfuckers didn't know when they did the gerrymandering, they literally put not only those districts they wanted to take away, but they put their own districts in play now. So they could lose up to 5 more seats because they're going to lose them. And it's going to be beautiful, beautiful poetic justice. But at the end of the day, it's still like they're trying everything to disenfranchise us.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been on for almost an hour and a half. I know Chris has to go
He's
shortly.
a
So
celebrity.
I want to give Chris, he is. I want to give Chris the floor for just a brief second, just to talk about from a man who actually dates trans women's perspective on
what they should do,
where we should go with this information about when the Republicans try to attack us. Like, how do we even handle this right now?
This is a question I've been asking men, and because I have 2 groups that I manage for men who date trans women or just attracted to trans women. And, you know, I'm really pushing them on this, you know, like basically like I'm asking them like, what have you, like, have you done anything?
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Well, have you done anything to help the trans struggle, or do you just help yourself to trans women? Like, are you helping the community, or are you just here to get your nut and just go?
I think some of them don't think they're a part of the community.
Well, you don't have to be a part of the community to help the community.
Yeah.
Period.
And so I'm saying, what have you done to help? There are a litany of nonprofit organizations that would be happy to have some extra volunteers, people to help get the word out, help do whatever, you know, even if it's just setting up for events or helping to get more trans people registered to vote, or, you know, making sure people can get connected to, helping to get the word out about resources that people can get connected to in these times. Like, there's a lot of things people can't, there are a lot of things available for men to do, but it's like, are you actually interested in helping, or are you just interested in just getting a nut and, you know, or getting a girlfriend and just like doing nothing? Because like being in a relationship with a trans woman is not helping the trans struggle. That isn't all of it. Like, oh no, I'm just here to do that and that's it. Okay, well, I mean, just admit you're not actually here to help the community as a whole. So, you know, I just think in these times where, you know, a shooting like this puts a spotlight on the trans community because somebody might be, you know, dating a trans person or whatever. Like, if it reflects badly on the community, it reflects on all of us, you know, because we are in such close proximity to the women of the community that, you know, we are around the danger. You know, we are so a lot of times put in a position of protector. So I guess that's my, my TED talk for today is, if there are any men watching this, any girls watching this who are in a relationship with a man, like really, I would say this is the time that people need to get involved, and we need to be pushing men to I guess, I'm sorry, take a position or just do something, like just step up, basically.
Let that be
Yeah,
your call to arms.
I think yeah,
And wait, I got another question for you. Let him stay on big screen. Let him stay on big screen because I got another question for him. And how do you advise men who are trans attracted for this next wave of y'all are gay and y'all are mentally ill because y'all are dating these trans women and these trans women have y'all so fucking confused that you went out here and shot this damn man and now y'all also shouldn't have guns right along with y'all damn he she women. They shouldn't have guns because it's coming. You're
Yeah,
laughing, but it's coming. I'm
yeah.
telling y'all it's coming. And like,
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm just, it made me laugh because it's one of those, one of the first things we work on with men is getting them to be grounded, be centered, and be confident in who they are and all. So basically, somebody come along saying, "Oh yeah, and you're gay too, and you're this, and this." Like that's not going to bother somebody with a good foundation. That storm is going to blow right over you. Somebody with a weak foundation, you're going to get swept up in the storm, and you're going to be in this typhoon. Oh my God, am I gay? I don't know. Like that's the first thing we work on is getting somebody really confident in themselves. And if it does come to that where they're like, "Hey, look, by association, y'all can have guns too." Okay, I mean, they could say that, but there's no way to really prove that. I mean, at that point, now we're making laws for an even smaller group. But if it did come to that, I mean, just like with the ultra conservatives, like, okay, well, come take my guns, come take them. It's gonna come down to we're gonna have to fight over this because you're not gonna take my guns. So that's where I see that going.
well, for the first question, I think Chris answered it wonderfully, but I think we, as older LGBTQ members, trans attracted men, w- it took a lot of work to come out. For one, we were in a time when it wasn't accepted to be LGBTQ. I'm talking about
mhm,
25, 30 years ago. So we had to put
mhm,
in the work to be accepted and do all that. And I feel like so
mhm.
many people just, the day and age of social media and being able to have an opinion about everything, everybody has opinions, but nobody's doing the work, the footwork, when it comes to, like he said, supporting, standing up, going to local CBOs and nonprofits around the area to really make a difference.
And
And people just quick to have an opinion about everything. No education behind it, no critical thinking skills,
True.
and want to say this and say that. You don't even know what is so many different aspects of what transness is, what trans women are. And even you got to think about it. I've never had to prostitute, thank God. And I don't disrespect or judge the girls that do currently or have. But most of the girls who I used to hang around, most of their Johns were the white men who were established or had power and privilege
I tried to
because
prostitute. No
they
one
had
took it.
the money
And
compared
the
to
thing,
the lower economical black male. The white men are the ones with the coin. So, and
and
those
people
are
have
And
majority
this
of
is
the laws, the makers of the world are white men.
and
So
people have
it's
to
just kind of
understand, like,
crazy.
this is what's going to end up happening is that they're going to reinstitute these anti-sodomy laws, and when they do that, we're all fucked. We're all fucked.
and Chris has to go, you all. So everybody say bye to
Okay,
Chris.
bye.
Thank you, Chris, for joining us. No, we're still on. If you want to still talk for a second, we can still come on and talk for a
Um,
second
We
because
have a question in the chat. Do you see trans women as
go
real
ahead.
women? Yes.
Yes, that's the basis of the debate, I guess, because if I guess it probably was for Chris too, and I'm sure I can answer that for my friend. Yes, he
Mhm.
does. But the basis of it is the Republicans are not going to use this as a weapon, and I'm just trying to get my girls to be on the forefront to understand that what is better go down because if you just read the headlines, if you just read the shade rooms, if you just get your media from blogs and social media, on the surface level, it looks like I'm not gonna say a good thing, but it looks like a thing of honor that this man who was dating this trans woman went and did this to stop this evil man from all his trans rhetoric, right? On the very surface level, it can appear to be a thing of heroics, if that's the right word, or just on the very surface, it just appears it could be a thing of what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out at it. You know
Like
what I mean?
it was to fight for her honor, fight for her. And
Kirk,
I don't think that's what it was. People are going to co-opt that, but it's no. That's so far from what it was. Like it's
but that's just on the very surface level, and this is where I'm this is where I am. Okay, and this is my gift from God. I understand that a lot of people are still very surface level people, right? And they're especially in this clickbait TikTok YouTube Shorts world, they're just gonna see the surface. They're not gonna like that whole 5-10 part video that the man did on TikTok. If it was, people aren't gonna. They may watch one video, but they're not gonna watch the whole damn series of fucking videos. Like, so just on the surface, and a lot of people listen to Fox News. Even people who are trans and gay, they watch Fox News. So just on the very surface level, they're gonna put out this man was dating this trans woman and he shot Charlie Kirk for the trans people. Look how mentally ill these people are.
hold on, let me make sure.
I mean, they're mentally ill, but if they, what can you say about all the other mentally ill people that have shot up schools and churches? They mentally ill. They were mentally ill before anything trans or trans attracted was even about that. You have to be mentally ill to just go run over people in a street with a vehicle. What that have to do
You
with
do.
transness or mental? I mean,
Because this is
they say it's a mental illness to have gender dysphoria, but do you know majority
mhm,
people that have mental illness are not trans? Like I don't understand the big
absolutely.
like trans people when trans people are only 1% of the population.
That's why when you first got on, Shayna, we were in the middle of having that conversation. Like, I don't understand what year or when it happened in America that it felt like the American public turned against trans people. And Chris was in the middle of saying something. And I think I could finish what he was saying because I think I know a part of where he was going. He was saying that when Laverne Cox came out with Orange is the New Black in 2013,
Mm.
the and then Caitlyn Jenner in 2015 came out as trans. The whole world was up and living for the girls. But I don't know where he was going with that, so I'm
He
so
was it
sorry.
was explaining
But
that because I mean if you think about it, Bruce Jenner was like the pinnacle of masculinity in the U.S. He was the
absolutely,
decathlon winner. Like it was Bruce fucking Jenner, and for Bruce Jenner, who is like a stronghold of masculinity in the U.S. for so long, for so many people, for a generation of people, for him to be then, which I mean, he's always been trans and he talked about this, and she talked about this. For Bruce,
he talked
for
about
Bruce
this.
to then live his truth, live her
Oh my
truth
goodness, I
as
almost
Caitlyn,
choked. Oh my goodness.
it affected a lot of people. It did.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he
But
can.
see,
I'm sorry, she can overcome it because she still
he
has
Hey,
privilege.
you
he.
guys.
Still has white privilege and rich
Yeah.
privilege
Hi,
Hi
guys.
guys.
It's
and
Trump.
rich privilege,
The thing is,
and
the
she
thing is
still
with
supports
Caitlyn,
the
and I'm trying to
Republican
be funny, and
Party.
Yeah.
who's actively against.
The thing with Caitlyn is, and I agree with, if that was where he was going to go, Caitlyn is the reason that the damn America changed against the trans community, because the more anti-trans Caitlyn became, the more anti-trans America became. I could run
There's
with that one.
rules
I
for
could run
thee
with
and
that.
not for me.
Mhm.
Correct. I could absolutely, because Caitlyn really didn't. Okay, let's fuck it. Let's take it there. I don't believe Caitlyn Jenner is a transgender woman. I know she had a sex change and all this other good shit, or allegedly. I don't know what the hell Caitlyn really did other than get breast implants, but
And got a lot of facial work done.
A lot of facial work.
and got facial
That
work
eye though,
done.
couldn't fix that eye.
But
But I
Bruce
gotta tell
always
you,
gave
does
to
it?
me.
It's not.
Hold on. Bruce always gave to me a cross dresser. Bruce always gave to me somebody who got a sexual kink off of putting on bras and
Bruce
panties, right?
always gave me racist.
Period. 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 So when Bruce transitioned to Caitlyn, I can't lie, I was kind of here for it at first. I remember the Vanity Fair cover, and I'm like, look at my sister Caitlyn. Look at all the work she done did. Look at her. She finna live her
And
life,
to see
right?
how
But
open,
then
like at her age, doing it, I was like, all right, now come on, mamas.
But then it wasn't even like a few months down the line. Then they just started doing all this weird, when they got that damn reality show and the attention really was on them, and
Because she wanted to be a woman
they
but
were
still have the
like,
privilege of a man, a white man.
Mhm.
"Don't call me my kids can call me their What do you mean?
And
Like,
then you
and I get it. Families are different, but you don't live in a regular everyday family, bitch. Your kids have trans friends and shit. They definitely could respect you if you put the request upon them. It's just
And that's what
and
happens when you
you know,
like
they we give a hard time to the Jenners and the Kardashians, but at the end of the day, you have to
Kardashians.
respect them to an extent because they open up their lives for scrutiny to be on TV, to indulge in what we want to see and hear. But at the end of the day, Caitlyn still has privilege that many trans people do not have, even other white trans people, because
absolutely.
she's rich and she has the privilege of, you know, just who their families are and what she's done, her political affiliation. You know, I don't understand how you can be trans and a minority. So that shows you race plays a lot into the American way.
Yeah.
You can be gay, you can be a gay white man, you can be a gay white woman, you can be a trans white person, whatever which way, non-binary, but you still have the privilege of the dominant culture and race of where we live at and pretty much across the world. So I never looked at
Shayna, you mean like Jeffree Star?
I don't know who that is.
Don't worry about it.
Addis, can we play
No,
the
don't worry about it. She's
video?
not worth it.
I know she's
Okay.
problematic, but I also felt like the one that we saw a lot of is not around too much no more once she got her head shot on national TV, Miss Nikita. Problematic.
Oh, Nikita
Pro-
Nikita the Dragon.
problematic. You
Nikita Dragon,
know.
yeah.
So what Jeffree Star, racist,
But he's
homophobic,
always been this
transphobic,
way.
But like black
always
men know.
light black men down.
So think about the
Oh, just
stories of when the slaves and they, you know, you got to think about the number they did on the blacks because they were raping. I believe they were raping the black men.
They were to as a form of submission and breaking them like mentally and physiologically, and they would rape them in front of their
so
families.
is that kind of like
And
what
you look
the
at it,
gropers is
black folk
doing
have to
with
make
their
up because I hate stupid black people too. So it's not like it's just I hate white folk. I love just black folk because we have ignorant black people too, and have to
Ignorant
take
Mexican people.
more and more?
off.
It's
But
just it's
it's
harder for me. Like
harder.
with white people, I expect it. I expect it so it doesn't bother me as much. But with black people, it's just like What do you mean you hate trans people? You're black. Don't your dumbass realize that, bitch, whatever they do to us, they're doing to your ass too. So, bitch, if you think they're gonna try to take gun rights from damn black, from trans people, from a couple of mass shootings, bitch, we're just opening the door for them to take guns away from y'all dumbasses too, bitch, from all the damn gang
And what I
violence.
understand is that the abortion thing isn't just about like controlling women, which it is. The abortion thing is about privacy. The abortion thing comes down to your right to
Correct.
privacy, where it comes to you between you and your doctor. Same thing with sodomy laws. Oh, Boogerfeld,
It's
privacy.
privacy and it's autonomy
Yeah,
against your body. Is you having control. It's the same again when you go against trans women and trans rights, you're going against yourself because we're literally
in a
here
woman.
saying these are our bodies. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do with them. Leave us the fuck alone. And y'all are like, no, you're not. Y'all were born men. Y'all were born men. Don't y'all realize, bitch?
It's
That's how they
y'all were
got y'all with the damn
stupid.
abortion shit.
Like, you know what I mean? Like these people were born stupid. Like just like if you want to say like they were born man, well you guys were born stupid and ignorant. But we're trying to better ourselves here, right?
And I don't also get either, so it comes back to how America is set up. We all know the history, and if we
Yeah.
don't, you should try to accommodate and form a educated guess about what happened in colonization and slavery and Jim Crow
White
and all
supremacy.
of the things that are in our history to where we are now. So then you get to it, you have to look at it. Alex, you probably know, Michaela, you pretty smart too. But when it comes to numbers, and I had to learn this in my social work classes in undergrad, there are more is you got to look at the population of people. It's more Caucasian white people in the states.
No,
So
they're
they
minority now.
always pinpoint the numbers towards blacks and Hispanics and non-white people when it comes to every bad category there is. But you have to think about it. There are more poor white trash in the United States than anything, and they are on more SNAP benefits and Social Security than the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
And the
But
thing is like,
you have the 1% or 2% who are popular or powerful money, the people that run the country. Then you have the lawmakers who are majority white men making laws for women and females. Like how did we come to that? How can a man tell a woman what they
Because they've
do with
convinced
her body?
because they've convinced a lot of women that they're not smart enough to know what to do with their bodies, so they need a man to tell them what to do with their bodies. And right now, the men are telling them, if I get you pregnant, no matter what, you're supposed to have this
and
damn baby. And if you don't have this baby, you're going to
the men have
And
been
hell.
I
co-opted into
can't tell a
believing.
person what they need to do with their body. If I were to be able to carry children, that'd be something different. But my sisters, I understand rape happened. I understand medical issues. But if my sister was to come up to be pregnant tomorrow, we gonna figure that shit out. You having that baby, but y'all don't want people to have abortions. But then you also, when this mother who obviously has mental health issues or has abuse and is on child number 8, and y'all don't want to help her.
Hmm.
You want her to get on food stamps, but you're trying to take away food stamps and all
And
the
then
things
you shame
that
them
people
for being on
use.
food stamps and shame them for leaving their kids at home while they go work, and they shame them for trying to like get these kids and kind of just get their life, and you constantly shame them. It's like everything, all the support systems that you had in place, you've defunded them now, and so now these people are trying to just make shit happen, and you shame them for working because they should be at home taking care of the kids. And it's like, let's get a little bit further. So, okay, so we care about the children, yes, the unborn. What about the kids who are shut up in schools? That doesn't matter. You fucking put Charlie State to lay in state. But what about the kids that died the same day at a school shooting that happened the same exact day? Hell, what about the congresswoman from Minnesota that was literally murdered in her house? Oh, but Charlie Cook is the important one.
When did Charlie Chris, I'm so
So
sorry, Charlie Chris. When did Charlie Kirk become a political
It's
person? Wasn't he just a
around
blogger?
they said like around like 2015.
yeah, that's when he's turning point and all
Like
that.
the year before Trump got in office the first time.
Mhm.
But wasn't but what I'm saying is
I'm
to
talking.
be a
I never
political
heard of him. They
person,
said
don't
like
you have to hold a political
No,
office? Other than that,
he
aren't you just
he
a
got
blogger?
in good with Peter Thiel and JD Vance, and he was actually the one that like it's follow the
it's a
money.
lot.
It
It's a
goes.
lot.
There's layers to this shit. Like this
It's a
has been.
lot. It's a lot of
Yeah.
story.
So Shayna, did you miss the first part of our
Yeah, I didn't
show
see anything.
about the gropers?
Oh
Can
God
we
damn.
replay
Okay,
that for
sure,
Shayna?
sure we can.
It just is the most fascinating thing in the world to me, Addis. You just don't know the rabbit
People
hole.
have
Oh, I got
connections
to go to work
because
in
I
the morning.
also heard. I don't know if it's true or not. You don't know what's true anymore when you read
You
and listen
don't.
to things. But supposedly his father helped build Trump Towers years ago.
No, that's not true. He was law enforcement.
His father was though, or they both were very right
Yes.
wing conservative
Hmm. And they
families.
stick with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So then you look at
Well,
how,
they turned his ass
and
in.
when you look at the population of people, and like I was saying about majority of being white people, low income, using food stamps because there's more of them. Those are the same ones that go to the polls and wonder why
Yeah.
people like Hillary and Kamala can't win an election
Well, it's because they've cheated.
if there's no
Like that's not me
if they're
just like
not
being
cheating, but
incendiary.
just the
They
history
cheated.
that it's
Like
of.
no. They literally cheated. Okay, so there's okay. Follow me. Okay, hold my hand. So if and there's I have I watched a video where so this guy took a screenshot during election night, and from one moment to the next, Kamala had I don't know like whatever number right, and then when they updated the numbers, Kamala had less than she had at the time. So this is what happened. So Elon Musk, he uh, so basically he owns the companies that like are in charge of these election machines, like
Mhm.
the poll machines, right? And what they did was that they sent out a last minute update that was just to fix bugs, right? But in this update, there was a backdoor that they left open to be able to control them the day of the
Mhm.
election, right? And so this little update, which has been found to be true, it's not just speculation, is what allowed them to then change votes at will. And what these dumb motherfuckers did is that if you even let's say in what was the county, Rockland County, and several other districts, what they did was that they changed. So, for example, you go to vote. Usually, you vote down ballot, right? Because you just don't want to fuck with it. You just down ballot, blue, whatever, right? Well, what they did is that in they found that in every single vote cast where they voted for Trump, and then they failed to change the other votes. So it's like, okay, so you changed the vote to Trump, the rest of the ballot was still blue. So it's like one of those things like, so they voted for AG, they voted for representative, they voted for all these other Democrats, but then they voted for Trump. And if you see the data, it shows you like this is an anomaly that cannot be like it's not just by chance. Like that doesn't just happen, right? It's not a normal like election, whatever. It is an anomaly because people don't vote like that. And there's countless pieces of this. Trust me, they cheated and they cheated stupidly. But who's gonna hold them accountable?
Nobody.
And so what they did, it's been a psyop from the beginning. Last election, they were like, "Oh, the election was stolen. Election was stolen." So then when they actually steal the election, it's like, well, now we can't
Oh
say they
yeah,
stole the election because now
because
we seem like sore
they
losers.
said Biden they cheated for Biden to win, but then I felt like
And
they
they did
did it for
not
Hillary
like
because there was no
literally.
way throughout. Because I actually watched the process.
Okay, so that bitch. Let me tell you what happened with that dumb bitch. So this is what happened. So Hillary, um, it was Bernie and Hillary, right? It came down to Bernie and Hillary, right? And so what the Democratic, and this is so layered. Oh my god. Okay, so Debbie Wasserman Schultz was this lady that
I
they
used to
put
love
as
Debbie
the
so much, but
fuck that cunt.
oh yeah, but
Who They put at the head of the Democratic, the chair of the
Her
Democratic
and
National Party, right?
what's the black lady
So
with the
Tim,
silver
yes.
hair?
Maxine
No,
Walters.
no, Donna
No,
Brazil. I used to
Donna Brazile.
love Debbie and Donna. I thought they were just but they fucked us over with this damn Donald Trump shit so badly.
Let me tell you exactly what happened in the Bernie and Hillary shit. Okay, so they put Tim Kaine steps down. Tim Kaine was chair of the Democratic National Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who was living in one of Hillary's buildings, but whatever, we're not going to talk about that. And they put her as head of the chair of the Democratic National Party. They then blackballed Bernie at every stop, whether it be in the press, whether it be whatever it may be, and essentially cheated so she would get the nomination, right? And then what happened? So then Trump, alongside Russia, ended up doing the same thing. So Hillary lost the same way that she won that nomination. And not to mention, guess who was her presidential nominee, her VP nominee? Tim Kaine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she played the dumbest game, and she let herself be played. And so that's on her. As far as Kamala speaking, like, Kamala won.
But even with
Kamala
Kamala, and it was just, I blame that on the Democratic Party as a whole. I don't blame that on Kamala Harris herself. I really hope Kamala Harris runs again next go round because I think she could win.
What really pissed me off is the fact that they just gave up when there was alarming proof that the Republicans cheated.
What really pisses me off is fuck you, Joe Biden. Like, Joe Biden, you knew your fuck ass had fucking cancer and was about to die around this bitch. You should have stepped down 2 years ago. You should have just won. All we needed you to do was to win and to fucking walk away. But no, this was your opportunity, huh? You finally became president, huh? You thought this was your time in the spotlight, huh? Nah, bitch, we just needed you to win from that orange man and then step down, let Kamala be president, let her run the country for a couple of years, let the country get used to this, then let her win on her own accord in the second go round, and then we could have had Democrats down the line. But nah, see, the issue with the damn Democrats is y'all are some power hungry bitches that don't know how to fight. See, at least Donald Trump is a power hungry bitch who know how to fight. I hate that nigga for the passion, but I can respect that about that motherfucker. Like, he know how to manipulate a motherfucking crowd to do whatever the fuck he want. And then y'all asses and know he's being manipulative. Call it out, but don't know what to do with the calling out. Y'all just be like, Donald Trump lying to y'all. And everybody be like, so? Don't you see he lying to y'all?
I'm just waiting for him to pass. My God, at this point. Like, he's holding up by that man had
and Donald J.
he had
Trump.
a stroke.
If your ass was damn smart too, your ass would step down too and pass away in private, like, because you almost out of here too, son. And you acting like it ain't what it is, but you was almost out of here too.
You're on your way out. You're on your way out.
You was almost out of here too. Okay, let's play this video so we can show Shayna what these damn crazy people on the right hand side got going on. Shayna, pay attention. This is a lot.
For what was actually engraved on the shell casings.
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?" Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
That's what they assumed was trans rhetoric? The combo code inscribed on one of the shell casings is from the game Helldivers 2. This is not a liberal game. It is a lot like 40K, which has a lot of fascist players. Just like how one of the inscriptions is a furry slogan, there are a lot of fascist furries too. Literally games where you cosplay as universal colonizers. Some of the slogans from this game is for Super Earth. Freedom is what we do with what is done to us, and democracy prevails once more. A few other notable slogans from the game is the only good bug is a dead bug, we fight so you don't have to. The game's narrative is filled with propaganda-like slogans that emphasize a fanatical loyalty to Super Earth and a jingoistic patriotic worldview. Y'all aren't even ready for what was actually engraved on the shell casings.
Inscriptions on a fired casing
Now we
read,
go to
MAGA switching up from needing payback to needing prayers in less than 24 hours once they found out that the shooter is suspected to be one of their own needs to be studied. They talk about how people on our end of the aisle are radicalized, when the same people literally declared war when they suspected that this was a transgender shooter. Even with this new suspect and the ATF walking back those claims, there are people still seeking retribution. The person in custody is a suspected groiper, or someone so far right on the political spectrum that they view people like Charlie Kirk as a plant, a stopgap to radicalizing more people. Literally so fascist that they make fun of other fascists for not being fascist enough. This person donated to a Make America Great Again Foundation, Super PAC. This person's father is a former police sergeant of like 20-something years. The entire family is Mormon. Every single one of them was a gun advocate. Just like how the person who tried it on Trump was a never Trumper. MAGA switching up. The shooter was so... When I heard notices bulges, OWO, was inscribed on one of the bullets, my personal thought immediately was, yeah, there's a lot of fascist furries out there. But what didn't occur to me was that this actually was just more transphobic rhetoric. Notices bulges being the Adam's apple and the bulge down there. I said they were going to be far right, but they ended up being so far right that normies, regular people, have no idea what's going on right now. Genuinely, people are going, what the fuck is a groiper? What is Kekistan? Who is Pepe the Frog? I need y'all to understand these alt-right pipelines go so much deeper than you or me even realize. At what point does, going so far right end up being left, just anti-fascist? Because when you go far left enough, you get your guns back. So they say, so I say. Armed minorities are harder to oppress, right? Charlie Kirk's wife and kids notices bulge. First, they lied about the shooter being trans, and now they're lying about them apparently having a live-in trans partner, even though they were living with their parents at the time. The only claims to this are supposedly pictures found online of the roommate or live-in partner. This is it. Oh wait, that's actually a picture of J.D. Vance in a wig wearing a communist shirt for Halloween. J.D. Vance is also a groiper. There's literal phrenology posts on Twitter right now calling Charlie Kirk trans. The source for this information was the same source that claimed the shooter was trans, Alex Jones and Steven Crowder. Fox News picked up both stories, and then Axios and the New York Times picked up the second story. Both have been retracted, both have been redacted, both have been proven to be false. I don't know if you've noticed, but the only people that are trying to push the narrative that this could have been trans violence are blank profiles. Not even the regular MAGA face profiles that like to argue on our page are here anymore because they don't even know what's going on. This was white on white gang violence. I'm so proud of y'all for y'all having to talk about groipers are obsessed with femboys because of the Greco-Romans. When Elon Musk did the Roman salute, he's a groiper. I'm so excited that I can say things like that and y'all don't immediately just go, this, what? Even though most of you are, you're still listening. You're still here with me right now, and that warms my chronically online heart. Nick Fuentes, the king of the groipers, dated a cat boy. They are literally the jokers of the alt-right. Literally. The clown world, Honkler, Pepe the Frog, Honk Honk, that was them. The obsession with the first Joker movie, literally just causing anarchy. Hey, guess who that was? This is why I say it's one of the least punk things to just have sheer anarchy, just violence. Look, I'm gonna keep going. I've been talking about this stuff for years, but I need y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to ask the questions. I need you to bridge the gap between me and you and your family and your coworkers and your peers. I'm too woke. I always have been. I'm chronically online. You guys have to do the work. I will explain it. You have to convey it so we can normalize and talk about these kinds of conversations we should have been talking about up until now. Elon Musk is a groiper. He is of the same variety of alt-right as the Utah shooter. Oh, also, the Colorado shooter that happened on the same day was also alt-right. So was the shooter that they claimed was trans before that was actually de-trans and radically alt-right. Back to the elongated muskrat. Remember I Am Become Meme? The dark MAGA meme lord? He owns Twitter. Also has a trans daughter who he quite literally hates. Shout out Vivian, love you girl. Had multiple babies with Grimes because they're obsessed with e-girls. It was outed that he is a baby fur, which is a subsection of furry, which is not a good one. Elon Musk himself posts Pepe the Frog memes. The official White House Twitter posted a picture of Donald Trump with Pepe the Frog in the background. They didn't even know it, or did they? Groypers are obsessed with Greco-Romans, and Elon Musk very famously did the Roman salute on stage. Somebody pointed out in one of the comments that while everybody was debating whether or not that's actually what it was, the Groypers were having a "we are so back" moment. And Nick Fuentes, the king of the Groypers himself, has already made multiple videos pretty much admitting he knows that it was one of, quote, our guys. Like it says on one of their Reddit pages. Wait, was this our guy? Yep. How to have the Groypers.
Okay.
Woo, that's a lot. Shayna, are you there?
Give her a second. Shayna.
I'm here.
She is not. Oh, look.
I'm here.
I've learned.
I was getting out the car.
I've learned.
Hey, that,
Oh.
that was a lie.
It's layered.
So
It's so layered.
the guy who shot Charlie Kirk is allegedly a
Groyper.
groper. And that is somebody who is so alt-right that they think somebody like MAGA and Charlie Kirk is really liberal and left-leaning and isn't conservative enough. And they are so conservative and hate women so much, Shayna, that they turn men into feminine boys, aka trans, and start these relationships with these people.
Yep. Yeah.
That's just insane.
I mean, it's just what happens when parents aren't involved and allow their kids to have unbridled access to the internet, and then don't check in because you see the signs like incel culture.
But how can you? But see, this I just don't understand. How can you? This is I just and you. I don't think you can have the answer to this. This is just something I just don't understand. Like, how can you hate trans people so much? No, it's not even hating of trans people. How can you hate biological women so much that you find attraction to
I'll tell you what it is.
feminine men?
It is
Whew.
this constant like victimization of self that white men have, or white young men have had for God only knows how long, and they feel like they're outcasts. They feel like they're like the odd one out. They feel like they're this and the third because they're not good enough. And hell, body dysmorphia plays into this. Expectations play into this. If they're not like the jock archetypical man type, they become like they're just, they feel like so oppressed, and like the world hates them. Are of course, rightfully so. And instead of grappling with that fact and trying to work on themselves and trying to make themselves better and try to like really try to, be a better person, they just double down and want to just coexist with others, you know, incels like themselves, and that's where they find each other on video games. They then coalesce into Discord servers, and they each bounce ideas off each other. They're just like, it's an echo chamber of just hatred, white nationalism, and radicalization. And then you have a literal like psychopath like Nick Fuentes leading the charge and giving you like, yes, we accept you, yes, you belong here, yes, we got you, a white oppressed young man. And this is what you get.
But
as far as like how they
so
convince themselves.
But see, this is the part where I just don't. Okay, I hear all of that. I hear all of that, Alex. I hear all of everything that you're saying, right? The part that I'm just
stuck on is the feminization of one of them. It's for the cause. It's for the cause.
yeah,
You go down
like
for the cause. And they hate women because women don't give them the attention that they feel like they deserve, because women expect better out of these men, and these men don't want to better themselves. So what do? They go for the next best thing, which is like their incel friend who is willing to feminize himself for the cause, and yeah, that's how you get to that. Men will do anything except go to therapy.
But that, so how okay, this is just going. I'm going to just say how I feel it, and then
I'll guide you through it.
How does I hate women turn into I'm going to get fucked in the ass?
Oh, well, men have had fucking each other in the ass for the longest time. So that's, I mean, really.
No, I get that. That's. But how does that turn into I'm not going to turn into the woman? Like, okay, well, fuck the Tyler person. Now I'm on the girlfriend part.
It's a lot like, you know, the Romans. The Romans used to do it all the time. The Greeks and the Romans just did that.
How do you get from but see, the Romans had
Spartans, same thing.
Spartans. It just don't make any sense to me. Okay.
I'm back.
Thank you, Shane. I'm glad you're back because I need a damn social worker for this one. How do you go from? I'm a conservative, right? And I hate everything and everybody so much that now I'm gonna put on a wig and bend over and take it up the ass because I'm gonna show these women what a real woman is supposed to be.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, think about it.
I just figured it out. They hate women so much that they feel like they can show women how
the Spartans,
to be a woman.
The Greeks, the Romans.
That's
back
it.
In the day.
That's it. I just answered my own question. Just. Woo. I hate women so much. I'm finished. Like, and that's not trans women. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, as a trans woman, I love women. I don't fuck with some of y'all, but it's like I inspire to be
in the binary.
A woman. It's not like I inspire to be in the binary. I inspire to be just like I inspire to be a woman. It's like I don't understand that I hate women so much that caused my transition. Like that's
it's when guys ask me like, how can you not like women? Do you know how much I do for women on a daily basis? I cover women's sports. I talk about women all day long. Pardon me if when it gets to the boudoir, I want to have some dick. Like, and it is what it is. Like, I do so much for women on a daily basis. Like, listen, here we are. And so forgive me for when I go to the boudoir, I want some dick. Like, that's it.
I hate women
It's a
so
lot going
much
on right now.
I hate women so much that I'm gonna turn it.
Ben and Jerry, co-founder, is quitting.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry is quitting because their parent company won't allow them to be
He's quitting because they tried to silence him.
Because he's trying to speak out against Israel and the Palestinians.
They silenced him.
Yeah. Imagine losing your company.
He was defending the rights against immigrants, women, and the community.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you know Ben and Jerry's also owns Barnes and Noble? Yeah, no. Ben and Jerry's is their first name. Barnes and Noble is their last name. Yeah. The more you know, and Shooting Star. So, okay, this has been a very heavy show. What have we learned, Michaela?
I've learned that there is a group of men that hate women so much that they then start to climb on top of their friends' back and and feminize their friends until their friends think they're women because they hate women so much that now they're going to be the women that they the awful evil women out here in the world can't be.
Good job. It's a lot to wrap
Woo!
your mind around. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's why I don't fuck with that. Because the mental gymnastics I do as is, Simone Biles will be embarrassed.
When I tell y'all as a trans person, I just don't even understand all of these trends. And this is one. Hey, I actually understand it. Like I understand that more than the. I think my name is gonna be.
Bettina.
No, I was gonna say my name is gonna be Susie, and I'm a 65-year-old with pigtails and wearing hoop skirts, and I'm just walking around here being
Mm-hmm.
Susie, and it's like,
Susie
bitch, you're
Q.
65, bitch. You could be Suzanne, bitch. Like I don't want to call you Susie. That's creepy as fuck. Like
And I mean, ultimately, what it comes down to is
I've also learned that we as trans people have to be more, not even trans people, we as the LGBTQ community as a whole, because I feel like as a whole, we're going to have to fight this one together. Like, y'all can't leave us out here on our own for this one, because this is a lot. Um, we have to be more media literate. We have to be more savvy about what's really going on in the world. We have to really look for things
follow
because
the
I
money.
promise you, on my own, I would have never, ever known
Can
anything
we break
about
down
this,
media
and I'm
literacy real quick?
trans.
Because, like, okay, so
Let's break
media
it
literacy
down.
essentially is you have to when you're presented with something, with a story, whatever it may be, with some when you are presented with a news story of some sort, you have to always ask who is this benefiting and where is this coming from. Okay, so when you are able to then look at it in the macro and the macro like in the bigger picture, you have to see okay, so they're presenting me this story because one either it's trying to divert attention or it's trying to change the narrative of something, right? Right now, as we spoke about it, this whole Charlie Cook thing happened. Meanwhile, in Congress, they blocked the release of the Epstein files. Okay, so that is why you have to see like why am I where is it where am I being distracted by this? Okay, and every time something like this happens, you always have to ask yourself who is the one reporting this, where is this coming from, and is this a trusted source? Okay, so then if you don't trust that source, then go find a source that you trust and see what they're saying. And if you can't find it there, go to this, keep looking. Media literacy is about trying to educate yourself and finding out the answers for yourself. Okay, because you can't trust the legacy media, you can't trust the bloggers, so you have to go out and look for the information yourself. If you really want to be informed, and if you really want to understand the world around you, you're gonna have to put in a little work. And thankfully, you have in your pocket the entire internet at your disposal. Okay, so use it. Stop looking at porn. Okay, actually, go to your searches. Use DuckDuckGo if you want to. Use I probably wouldn't use Google anymore because Google sucks. But use one of these search engines that will actually give you results that you need and you will find beneficial to your quest to find information. And all it comes down to is trying to keep yourself informed in a responsible and um, smart manner. Don't do not fall for it. So
Agreed,
now, can we
agreed,
talk
agreed.
gymnastics? Because China announced their team, girl.
I guess
China announced their team.
China did announce their team, and it was
Yang Fangwei, Deng Yalan, Zhang Xingying, and Zhou Yaxin.
the team that I predicted on this show.
Now there is a lot of discourse that they have left off Zhang Yihan.
and she should have been left off.
She's the first alternate.
Why you feel that way?
And
Because this team right here, it just fits all of the puzzles for an individual event.
this is the ball
Because
girl
you
they're saying,
have,
Danielon.
So you don't think she had a
yeah,
shot at a floor medal?
she may have, but they have other shots that are more
Realistic. And
um
assured. It says
realistic.
assured.
Like
Yes,
definitely,
like
definitely the vault, the bar, and the four person.
Well, Beam.
correct. And Beam and their
No,
beam worker can
no.
do the all around, so they can send two all around people
Mhm.
still.
So who is who? Fannie Way
So it
is the bars girl.
uneven
Mhm.
bars growth. See, the
Dang
issue
is
with I thought it was a possibility they was going to leave her home because all she does is bars. That's it. So
Yeah.
But if she stays on the bar, she's guaranteed a medal.
absolutely,
So let's see. Okay, so we know Zoya
So I
Sheen.
see why they took her. Beam is
Zoya Sheen. Zoya Sheen's gonna win. If she has the highest scores. I mean, if you look at the scores,
as long as she doesn't
she
fall.
could fall and still win. Honestly.
Not if they send
who?
not against her
Okay,
teammate.
let's see. Let me give you the beam leading scores.
So go back to the teams real quick because I want to just explain why and I just need to see the names because these Chinese names be gathering a girl. Okay, so this is
They
how
have a new Anaconda movie coming out.
they should not, but I guess so. I see this team
It's coming out on
being
Christmas Day.
Zhang and Zhao. I think they're gonna do the all
I can see
around.
that.
I think Yang is gonna just do
Mhm.
vault, and I think
Gangs is bars.
Yang is just gonna do uneven
Yep.
bars, right? So then you have. I'm thinking they're thinking
I'm confused on who is who. I know Yang is the bar
Danielon is
girl.
the vault girl.
Zhang
Yang is
is
the
the
bar
vault
girl,
girl.
Dang is the
Zhang
vault
just
girl,
So
Zhao is the reigning Olympic
yes.
silver medalist on
And then Zhang
beam
Yashin won their
and
um
won their Chinese
trials or nationals. Yeah.
trials, right? So how
so
I
Zhang Queen Ying, Yang Queen Ying is the one that's scoring the 15 on
Zhang
beam.
Xingying, no. Zhou Yashin is the one that's the last name is the one that's scoring the 15s on. Well, they both are. They both are.
well,
Here,
I
let me show
mean,
you.
yeah, Zhang is also has a
So Zhang
possibility of scoring.
is the bars silver medalist
No, Zhou.
No, they
from
didn't
the
send her.
Olympics.
No, Zhao is the balance beam silver medalist from the
And
Olympics.
the top 4 scores.
See, I'm confused with them. I gotta go look up.
Okay, so
who
if
is
you
who.
see,
Zhao Yao Tim is the beam worker who was doing the front handspring, front tuck.
Yeah, who's the
The
other girl? I don't
Zhang
know her.
Xingying, she won their.
is the one who won their trials recently. Who was doing
In the all around?
yes, she was the one who was
Oh,
doing the side summy half turn leap to a
No, that's Zhou Yashin.
what's that shit called when they do the Corbett but sideways, and then she was getting a fall on it at Worlds,
Yurchenko.
but now she does it way better. The Yurchenko
So
loop,
look,
yeah.
let's just so we're looking at scores right now. Zhou Yashin has the top 5 or top 4 scores in the world right now. 15-2-3, 15-1, 15, 14-9-6-6. And then Zhang Xingying comes in at the 5th leading beam score with the 14-9-3. And then Zhou Yashin. We don't think Manila is going to go to Worlds. But then Zhou Yashin again, Zhang Xingying again, and then Kaylin Moore has the 11th highest score on beam. But then we have
So it's really
I
between
mean,
those
if you look
two
now,
at the.
if I could see it now why they left off the floor.
So we also have Huang So Yun.
What is her?
Like Huang So Young, who is a
Yeah, because I was going to say.
Go ahead.
I just thought that one of those girls was the silver medalist from bars, and I was like, the last meet I saw her in, she was terrible.
Yeah, no, she's not. She did not.
Yeah, they didn't take her.
Well, she's working back from injury, and I think she actually pulled out.
She don't have her difficulty back, and
But the Beam girl is kind of declining because didn't she fall at the World Trial meet?
Yeah, but she has the leading scores.
She did, but she's been hitting all year at all these World Cups that
She fell on floor. She had a bad fall on floor.
She did.
Yeah, she does that. So I mean, I think this is a good team.
I don't know why she's competing for.
She's really good on floor. Actually, she could make finals.
Really?
So Zhang Jihan has the highest floor score for the Chinese, and she's the young lady that they left off because the next Chinese Zhang Jihan, she's the young lady they left off. The next highest Chinese floor score comes in at, I'm still scrolling, Zoya Xin with a 13.733. So Yuhan had a 14.066.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard,
And I think they saw that as
out of all these girls, who was on the Olympic team? Just the girl on Beam?
Yes, Zoya Xin. Who's the last name? So in this list, she's this name. That's Zoya Xin.
See, but the reason why I think Zhao or Zoe is being sent is because she can do the all around. We have seen her do a Sukahara full twist involved. We have seen her do a bar routine. We know she does beam and floor. I think they're expecting her to do the all around along with
Zhang Xingying.
Zhang Xingying. And then I'm thinking they're just having their specialists do one event per. So it's basically going to be the Zhao.
Has she been competing all around though?
So Zoya Xin's highest all around score is going to come in. I'm still looking. I'm still scrolling. Nope.
And when was the last time she competed it?
Sometime earlier this year.
Zoya Xin. Let me actually.
If she doesn't have a chance in hell,
her highest score is a 53.099.
Yeah,
but
then you go up here and then you see that the highest Chinese score is Zhang Xingying with a 56.032, and that was at their last internal test on the 10th.
And then you take away Manila. Who's on top of her? Manila and who?
Kamikova. Kamikova twice, and then Hesley, then Leanne, then Manila, then Kalia.
Leanne is going for the all around.
We don't know
for the all around.
I mean, 56.
We don't know that yet.
Think so.
I think so too, but I'm just gonna keep saying we don't know that yet.
I don't think it's gonna be Jossie or a Jayla or whoever. I think it's gonna be Hesley,
Jayla, Claire, or Jocelyn.
I hope they take Claire. My God, I know you love her down, but I hope they don't take Claire.
I hope Claire shots y'all bitches.
Falls.
Every one of them bitches could fall.
Oh my God, today. So yeah, I mean, I think so. The picture is shaping itself to be very interesting.
Oh
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then we just did the our podium yesterday, so I'm not far off with having Hesley as number one, like I predicted.
You're not.
You're not. I mean, it's very possible for Hesley. The only reason why I'm not putting Hesley as my number one prediction right now is because Hesley falls a lot, right? For an American, she just falls a lot. So I'm, she just got to get over that falling hump. Once she get over that falling hump, she's good to go.
Yeah.
But it took, Melacola was very inconsistent, fell all over the place
She
for a
truly
long
was.
time.
She truly was.
And she
But
got her shit
Melnikova
together.
was on a Russian team that didn't have nobody for a very long time, so they had no other choice but to keep hoping and praying that she got her shit together. See, Hesley,
But
she's an American, so
the
they could
Americans,
replace her very easily and send her to.
the
They
Americans
could do
don't
to
really have
Hesley what
no.
they did to Connor. They could be like, okay, you won nationals 1 year. That's cute. Now go over there to LSU. We don't
Well,
need
yeah,
you no more,
Connor pulled
girl.
herself out of it though because they're back.
Yeah, Connor was an injured gal, Michaela. Don't do that to my Connor. They are not the same.
She is this, and
I mean, they
she
both
is this,
was.
and Connor's that.
I believe you when you say,
Hesley ain't that far away. I mean,
And she's going to the same
yeah,
school.
but Hesley a little more put together health wise,
Is
though.
she?
Than Connor was, yeah.
I think it's
We
because
got Connor
Valeri had Connor doing too much shit.
Too much.
Because
Connor had been
Connor
to so
wasn't an
many
injured
different
girl
men.
like that until she got to Valeri. And then when she got to Valeri, it just went downhill
Yeah, because
really
that was
quickly.
a mixture of not having enough confidence in herself and then like being told to do everything.
Everything. Like they really thought, they really tried to be like, Caitlin Ohashi, welcome
And Connor's not
back.
that. She's not that.
She could have been maybe just on Beam, but not on bars. Like they just
They
had
were
her
never going to
doing
get a bar routine out of Connor. I'm
way,
sorry, Connor's not a bar girl.
way too much on
And
with
and the
Connor
reason
on
is that
bars.
she
Like
started at that fuck ass club that didn't teach you good technique.
with Caitlin Ohashi too.
But
Like
she
I
got it
really
at,
think
she
what
got
happened
it
with
at
Caitlin
LSU, though, baby.
Ohashi is
Yeah.
because because she does, because Connor is a good bar worker. She has good bar for because in college she is good on bars. Bars is her best collegiate event.
I would say Beam
She
is.
might not have the best fundamentals, but she has talent, and that's something you cannot buy. You're born with it. That's what Connor
You
has.
can't
She
fake.
didn't
You
have
can't fake
the
it.
fundamentals.
But with Caitlin Ohashi,
You better cough it out. Yeah, don't talk about Caitlin Ohashi.
you have some kind of Asian descent,
Oh my
so we're
gosh.
gonna turn you into a Chinese gymnast, and we're gonna have you doing Ono turns and Healy turns, and that girl's shoulders just was like, no ma'am,
She
no
did. She did have
ma'am,
the
I
best
can't
toe
do
shoot
it.
up to the high bar though I've ever seen.
Absolutely, but did she have the technique to be doing a double as
She
a
did
junior?
not. She did not. Although she is the last person
Did she
after
have?
Kyla Ross to beat Simone Biles.
I mean, y'all
I mean,
see
Simone
Valeri just
did
weighing out
fall.
the mirror.
Simone did fall. Let's always put
Oh,
that into the
can I
asterisk.
tell you
Simone
some
did
tea?
fall.
So,
Sure.
apparently, Anna Lukin does not like when Claire Pease rolls up her sleeves, and so Claire does it just to fuck with her. And also, Anna does not like when Claire wears her hair in the poof like Nasi did. So next time you see Claire compete, just look at her sleeves. She's trying to fuck with Anna the entire time. Yeah.
Period.
And I mean, I got to give it up for the girl that likes to fuck with Anna like that because that's hilarious.
We are literally about a week away.
No, next week I'm going to Mexico, and then the week after that is the World Selection Camp. And Zombie
So we're like a week and a half away, 2 weeks away from World Selection Camp.
And y'all better
And I'm
donate.
surprised there has been no
Donate
interest
to this fucking channel so I can afford that. So please, Jesus Christ.
And let's just all congratulate Adit on his interview with Laura last night. It was really beautiful, even though it was all in Spanish and couldn't nobody understand what the fuck they were saying. It was still cute. Next interview, just take breaks and translate so we can know what the hell we're talking about. I know it's hard and confusing to switch languages like that, but you're at it.
Well, the thing is like I had the questions written out, but like the conversation just went. The conversation was conversationing, and I
know at one point she was like she liked Bad Bunny.
Yeah, she liked reggaeton. That was surprising to me. I did not see her as a reggaeton girl. But yeah, okay.
Well, can you give us a brief overlay of the
Yeah, so she
conversation?
said she's coming back from injury. Her foot has given her a little bit of grief, so she doesn't have her difficulty back on floor yet, but she does have new floor music. She chose it herself. It's really special to her. She is excited to try to lead the Spanish team. Well, she said there's no really leaders on that team, but they're all like, they all take responsibility. Like they're all essentially like they're all leaders. So like they all take responsibility of trying to get Spain to the Olympics very seriously. She says that she is excited to try to build up her difficulty on floor. She has a couple different things she can do on bars. I'm like, oh girl. And then beam is pretty much where she wants it to be. She just has to not fall. But I did tell her what happened with the stream. And she said, okay, so I didn't fall. I'm like, no, you did not. We didn't see it. And then we had a little laugh about that. She said that if I were ever to go to Spain, to go to where she lives, and she'll take me out to eat. And that what else did we talk about? We talked about she says she finds it really cool that now she gets to be the girl that little girls ask for her autograph. And that for the longest time, she was the one that would go up to all the girls and take pictures with her. And now to have young girls come up to her and have to take pictures with her, she says it's a really cool full circle moment for her. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was about. Yeah.
Aw. That was good.
And then I'm interviewing Alba Patisco on the 19th. So
in 2 days.
I believe so, right?
When are the trials again? I'm sorry.
It'll be on, that is the 30th and then the 1st of October, or the 2nd of October. Let me actually go on the USAG, the flop now thing. I mean, flip now, my bad.
September 30th?
It'll be...
No, when is the World Trials?
Yeah, September 30th. And then the day 2, it will be October 1st.
The next day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what day, what time? Damn.
It'll be, so day 1 will be at 4:30 p.m. Central, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and 2:30 p.m. Pacific. And we'll be streaming that on Twitter because suck my ass, USAG.
I wanted to commentate with you, but I'm not gonna be available.
Yeah, because you know that's not gonna have a commentary at all. So it'll be the girls.
Yeah, and I've never commentated with you, and that's kind of fun to be able to do it.
Yes, you have. We did one meet, kind of, and then you left.
I wasn't there long at all.
You were not.
I was at work. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. And then the one we did with Michaela fell asleep.
Period.
Mm-hmm. All right, Michaela, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Period. So we love you all. Thank you for indulging me with this special non-really related gymnastics issue. We had a lot of viewers on Twitter who actually, I'm surprised y'all sat there and dealt with us with this topic. But it's a hot topic, so
gymnastics.
Wait, Shayna wanted to say something. Go ahead, Shayna.
I just want to tell y'all viewers to, instead of being couch potatoes and watching commentary and having opinions on Twitter and these fingers, do something in your local communities. Find people, your representatives, people that you can back up that have the same ideas, the same values that you have. That's the only way things are going to change is when you locally elect people that have the same values as yourself. That's just my little 2 cents. I'm not very political, but I do go and vote, and I do try to support people close to me in my community and organizations that do have my best interests at hand.
Period. I love that.
And as trans women, I guess we got to be aware of the groper. Grope. Like
Groy.
And also know your status. Know your status and go get tested.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter what demographic or you are.
Because you might get cheated on like I did. And then find yourself, yeah. And donate to the cause. Send some money to my Cash App immediately. So I can afford these competitions. God damn, it gets expensive after a while. And I'm tired of paying for myself out of pocket.
Period.
Y'all have to understand, Addicts and Michaela do a lot for the the gym community, and
which is why I
like
feel
I said,
like
I
I'm
would
allowed
not
to
meeting
have
them, not
opinions.
knowing.
Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you. My bad.
Do you see the amount of meets that he put on, y'all? Do you see the work that they're putting in getting gymnasts and people of the community to come on their show and talk? That costs time, money, and effort.
Honestly,
And
I feel
you're being
like,
able to watch certain meets that you can't really get.
and the thing is, like, listen,
So y'all have to thank these people and support them.
I feel like I pay my tithes with doing that, so I'm allowed to get a little crazy sometimes. That's how I feel about it. Like me streaming the meets is my tithes, so I can get a little crazy sometimes. I can lose my shit.
But good crazy though, not bad crazy.
Oh, it's always good for me.
With that being said, we love you all. Just be mindful of what's going on in the world, especially if you're trans or LGBTQ. Really be mindful of what's going on. Like, this isn't the time to just be like lolly daisy, and like, this is a time to be paying attention because these things are
Don't
affecting us.
forget, if you're presented with something, why is this being presented? Where is this coming from? Who is this coming from? Can I trust the source? And go look for your information. Use an AI if you want to.
Period. We love you all.
Bye.